always with the commercial.
What, you get you get commercials?
Mm-hmm.
I can fix that for you.
Oh, I can too. I just haven't.
Uh-huh.
Laziness.
I still don't know what I'm gonna do. Fuck.
We're not jumping
Oh.
right into combat, right?
Yeah,
still
can we
have
get a
like the
layout
day.
of like their? Well, we have like the morning or
Have,
the
like,
night
a
before.
bit.
I want a layout of their defenses, like what they already have down.
Yeah,
We'll
we
be
haven't.
going over that.
I was about to say we
Cool.
haven't taken a long rest. We haven't ended this
Yeah, we
day
have.
yet. Oh, have we?
So yeah, you can all go ahead and hit long rest. We will be starting the new morning.
I think I already picked my spells, but let me check.
I'm ready with my spell. I've got.
Oh, I can
If
still
I
pick one. I didn't.
fuck, if I have to draw, you're gonna get stunned for a turn paper. It's gonna happen.
That's fine. It's only
Okay.
one turn,
As
man.
long as you're okay with that, then I'm exhausted for it.
I gain 6 attacks to lose 2.
Yeah. So I got a question about the rooms, right? Are they like easy access to go to? Like if I were to cast something in my room, then go over to Papers to cast something in his room, could I do that?
Yeah, you guys are literally like in a hallway together.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, you
'Cause
guys
I'm-
got into that building?
I want to get all my my prep spells ready and out of the way first. Before we even go outside. That it's pretty well gonna be right after, right?
Yeah. There's going to be a little bit of a time between where you guys will have a period of setup.
Is it gonna be an hour?
At
Because it
this point, you
matters.
would not know that. You would just know that it's on the horizon and the warning bells have not rung yet.
Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna have to just fucking cast it, because I don't want to fucking do it in there, and it takes 10 minutes.
Well, we're gonna
minutes.
get like a warning though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anything that takes like a minute or like 10 minutes, we should have enough time.
But it's
Yeah.
time magic that I want to do, right? That's the problem. Like, I'm putting...
Kyrie probably won't be out front with us.
Yeah, but other people will.
All right. So I believe that's everyone back, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry, I need to switch this to dark mode.
All right. So as the sun rises, a cloud hovers to the north. Thousands of fiends and monstrosities blocking out the entire horizon. The citadel begins rising from the ground, floating into a protective position over the city of Murda. A nervousness begins to fill the air as weapons are checked, prayers are said, and all eyes lock on the growing mass that approaches. So are there any preparations that you all would like to do while you watch this come towards you?
About how far out is it?
It's still a good ways out.
Like-
You would estimate, make an intelligence check.
Did I roll?
Not yet. 16. You're guessing it's about half an hour away.
Yeah, that's fine. Eldon,
plan?
come here with me. I
Yeah.
just want to take him into a room, and then I'm going to take, as long as this take to cast, I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and take a minute to cast Gift of Alacrity. That'll give you 1d8 to your initiative. And then I'm gonna put it on me and cast that as well. Not concentration. And then I'm going to take What is it? Give me a sec. Where is it? I'm gonna take a minute to cast Fortune's Favor on me.
Okay.
That cost 100 gold?
But not with what I have. It would, generally, but
His is special with his case. All right, so
I have stuff I want to do.
Me too.
go ahead.
Okay.
You were mentioning that you wanted to see the defenses, and you would be able to see this. Do ignore the fiends that are on the map because they aren't there yet.
Okay, so that circle is a magic circle?
That circle is a magic circle, and you would know that standing in that magic circle will empower you defensively. So this will give you an AC equivalent to the number of mages that are channeling into the circle.
Okay, so it's not a true magic circle.
Correct.
If I cast mine on top of it, will it fuck with theirs or can I like enhance it?
You could potentially enhance it.
Okay, because fiends can't cross my magic circle.
Okay. And where would you be placing it?
Can I? How big is theirs? Oh, theirs is a lot bigger.
Mm-hmm. This is a 6 mage circle.
Okay, so theirs is just a lot bigger. Any thoughts of where a 20? I think it's diameter, but I can check. Hold on. Yeah, 10-foot radius, 20-foot tall.
So that would be the size.
I want to put it back by the steps as like a kind of a last resort because it'll be up for an hour.
oh, fuck it.
So here?
Yeah, unless anybody has a better idea.
Fiends can't
Alright.
go into it?
Fiends can't go into it unless they try and teleport, and if
What
they
if-
try and teleport, they have to make a save.
What if they're already in?
I can trap them, but it takes so long to cast. I can reverse it and make like a jail.
No, Amelia isn't defeated. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
And I'll set it to fiends and elementals.
Fiends and elementals. Got it.
I'll allow celestials, fae, and undead because I know he's here. I know Friend's here.
Okay.
And I have one more thing I want to do, but I'll do it at the end. Oh shit, no, that's 3rd level. Should I do that or should I do the other thing?
It's up to you.
That's a defensive circle that gives us an AC buff.
Correct. So
Okay.
if you are standing in it, your AC goes up by +6.
Okay,
Correct.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to do the magic circle. I'm going to do a different thing and I'll do it at the end of everybody else's.
Okay.
Damn it. I'm so conflicted, man.
Up to you what you want to do.
I'm gonna save it for later. What I'm gonna do. By the way, paper, that you have it for 8 hours, so.
Yeah.
All right. Jean or Rain, would either of you like to do anything?
So we're at the. We're already at the front at the moment, and we have an hour still, right?
You have about half an hour before they show up. You may choose what you want to do in that process.
Actually, yeah, there's not much time. I'll just prepare.
Okay. Rain,
Uh-huh.
you notice that there is a buzz occurring around you.
What type of buzz?
That's the bees again.
Make an
The
intelligence
bees.
check.
Like,
Not the bees!
That was way funnier than it should have been.
not the saving throw, right? Just
No,
straight
just
up
the regular
intelligence.
intelligence.
Wow. Oh, okay, not bad. Too bad.
It feels very similar to when you're attuning to an object.
Do I notice where it's coming from specifically, or do I feel it anywhere? Or is
Make
it
an
just-
Arcana check.
What? I'm rolling things that are low my level.
You can tell it's coming from below you and to the south.
Below me, like the ship itself, or the circle?
With that roll, it would actually, given the sheer size of it, you can tell that it's below the ship.
Okay. I'm gonna follow it.
Okay.
Actually,
with
I'm
some
gonna-
time, you would
Mhm.
kind of go across, and when you finally make your way to the back of the citadel, you notice that it's still further back, seeming to be coming from the city.
From the city. I'm going to tag
How long do we have?
With what you've been doing, you have 20 minutes remaining.
20 minutes. So I'm going to tag where's everyone else? I see Eris and June. Is everyone around the same area?
Currently, you all are kind of spread out. Some of you are on the promenade, others are in their rooms, and then you are in the back of the town.
Okay. I will then just tag, since Heels and Eris are on the same place, right? At the moment, I think.
Jean and Eris would not be in the same place unless Jean was joining them in their room.
Okay. I will just link myself with Jean, Eris, and Nihilus. And just mention that there's something curious that's happening. I'm going to find it out for a bit. I'll be right back.
No, wait, stay.
Stay.
How long would it take her
It's-
to get to the city and back?
You are currently flying in the air, so it will rain unless you have a method of flying. It is going to be very difficult for you to get down.
Oh, so it's under it?
It
It
is
is
at
ground
the
level.
city, and you are not down there.
Just
Oh,
jump.
it's in the city. Oh. Okay, okay. That's the case, then I will wait. I'll just do a mental note then.
By the way, the fortune's paper is only 1 minute cat.
And the link is gonna stay for like 5 hours.
All right. So,
Gene, do you have anything to?
One second.
Oh, is my token not out here?
None of ours
No.
were, so we had to drag 'em.
Mhm.
I'm gonna
I need
plan
you
on
all
getting in
within
that
60
set.
feet of me
I'm
for
gonna
my
get in
thing.
that fucking group of people.
How tall are the walls here?
the walls here are approximately 50 feet high.
50?
Yes.
I need to be in range for 60 feet so I can give you haste. That's what I'm doing. So,
Yeah, I
oh,
need
sorry,
everybody
30
to be
feet. Sorry,
within-
30 feet.
How accessible are the like this area up here?
So to
Or
get
the
up
left
there, you have
eye.
to go up the towers on the side.
How close do you want me to be, Nihilus?
I need everybody within 60 feet of me for my thing.
Oh, 60? Okay, I
Yeah,
can move
plenty of
back up.
If you go up
Um,
there right away,
so-
I can't cast haste on you.
Yeah, you can.
It's 30.
30? Fuck.
I'm just gonna turn to Nihilus and ask, do you notice that slight buzzing in the city?
No.
Hmm. Okay.
All right.
Alternatively, I could go up there with you, but
I can check out what's going on with you later.
Yeah, later would be fine.
I think it'd be best for me to be up here with like full sight of everything. 'Cause
really quick, one last thing. Who has the last levitation seed? Other than me? Somebody
have
else
one.
has one.
Yeah, Rain's gonna raise her hand.
You do? Okay, perfect. I'm gonna use mine so I can get haste on him if we want to start up there. How long would it take to get up to there if we were to
Using
go up the tower?
levitate, it would take you about full
Two.
turn if you're using nothing
Well,
but
from up to down would take me a turn. Would be
it would
or,
take
like,
you two turns. So it would
That's
be
fine.
1 turn to get up, 1 turn to get down.
That's okay. That's not a big deal.
Okay, so conversely, how
good
long
with
would it take to climb it if I had haste and everything?
Double movement.
Yeah, with you, if you were just to go up the tower, you could, with double movement, if you were doing nothing but moving, you can get there in 1 turn, because that's 140 feet.
5 turns of haste.
So I have how much movement do I actually have?
You have 35 normally,
Oh.
so if it's doubled, that would be 70. And then if you
It'd be
did a
it's 45 on the first turn of combat.
okay, so yeah, you would be able to get 180. So
okay.
even easier to get up there in 1 turn.
Okay. So I could start on the ground and then run up with just one movement.
You wouldn't be doing
Correct.
any damage though on your first turn of combat.
Okay,
the
so it's
thing.
better that we start up top.
Yeah, I
In my
like.
case.
I'm literally just gonna pop a C because like fuck it, I have it. We'll still
Sure,
have
okay.
one. I'm okay with starting.
Will
with
they
that.
will they be within 60 feet of me?
If
If
we
they're
were-
up there, they would have to be right on the edge, and you would
That's
have to
fine.
be at the very bottom.
Okay.
I can stand on the palisade. I don't mind doing that. If that's
Right when shit's about to come to us, or right when combat's about to start, I'm gonna pop the Seed of Levitation and cast haste. Or I'm gonna cast haste when we get into combat.
You're breaking up.
That's fine. I'm gonna cast haste when we get in combat. Is what I'm saying.
That sounds good.
Hello?
Hi.
It's you,
Thank-
Paper. I can hear everybody. Can you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I hear everybody.
I think we're losing Paper.
Internet
Oh
down.
no!
Said
Oh,
not
it's
the
fine.
time.
Sad days.
Okay.
I think it's just
Are you able to
Discord
hear
being
me,
a
Paper?
piece of dog shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright. So
I'm happy.
it is closer now.
Okay, I have a thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy on myself and do motivational speech.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, you took that. Okay.
I picked it. I'm gonna call out to everybody and just be like, members of the Silver Fang, members of the Iron Tower, citizens of Murda. The portals have taken much. We will let them take no further. Today is our day. We beat back the Horde. And that's what I say.
All right. What is the benefit that's given for that?
Okay, I'll cast it. And I
5
choose.
temporary hit points.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. So you get 5 temporary hit points. It didn't. Hold on. Let me see if I can make it show the spell. Oh, why won't it show it?
I wish I
Okay.
had
Anywho,
something for this.
Make sure it didn't take a spell slot when you did that. Up to 5 creature.
Yeah,
Alright,
so you
have
get-
advantage on wisdom saves.
can
Good.
I pick myself?
Perfect.
You can.
Okay, I pick myself.
Motivational
imagine it's
speech,
all
but
of
only
us.
us are motivated.
Well, it says that even the bystanders are like affected. They just don't get any buffs.
So, I would say actually, Tails, when they're within 5 minutes of us, I'm gonna pop the seed.
Okay.
And this lasts an hour, so you get 5 temporary hit points, advantage on wisdom saving throws. If you are attacked, if you are hit by an attack, you have advantage on your next attack roll.
Nice.
I think.
All right.
I'm gonna shout a battle.
Oh,
cry
when
as
you
well
lose
for
the
that.
5 hit points, though, you lose the benefits.
You have to take an
Oh.
attack that's less than 5 hit points for it to work? For the advantage?
Technically, yes.
So it'll be really good for you and like people who are out of combat, but at least for our first round, it'll give us some buffs.
Yeah, the
Is
wisdom
it
saves are pretty good.
concentration?
No.
So it's closer now. Almost a quarter of the sky is covered in wing, fang, and claw. Sounds of manacled chuckles and gnashing teeth ring through the air, accented by the loud flapping that ferries the floating nightmare ever closer. You look to the side, and you notice that around Murda, a golden glow comes out around the ring surrounding the entire city. Rain, the buzzing gets louder and stronger. And
Is
a shield starts to appear, covering the entire city. Rain, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I get advantage, right? For saving.
It's just
For
wisdom.
wisdom.
Just
Wisdom.
wisdom.
God damn
You fall to the floor.
it. Oof.
You're still conscious, but you feel almost as if you're going to throw up.
Okay.
And then images start to appear in your mind. I want you to jump down to secrets.
Ah, shit!
Power up.
It's already
two.
starting. I'm so nervous.
This is probably going to be the most focused you're going to see me in combat. I'm so fucking scared. I opted to not use her yet.
Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see how that one changes.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not using it in this area. There's no fucking... Unless we move, I'm not going to use it.
You might have to.
The other thing too is I've considered using one of the other ones, depending how quick I get tapped, because I do have the option to be a rogue pretty well. I'm already down 3 spell slots, so
Yeah.
I have 2 of each
Off the
aside from
sec.
3, which is
He's gonna be RB. Athena, me and you had like the same idea.
Oh, were you gonna do motivational speech?
Well, I was gonna use the taunt action on my first turn to do something special, but I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to overshadow what you just did.
Well, you're gonna lose that when you get hit. It's gonna be most beneficial for everybody but you.
Yeah. Is there a way to make my voice louder?
Thaumaturgy.
Okay.
thaumaturgy.
I have a plan. I don't know how well it's gonna work out, but I got a plan.
Fine.
You know, I'm gonna do what I do best. I'm gonna speak to the demons.
Oh my god, he's gonna try and be fucking friends with everything.
Hey, Mr. Pet Fiend. How are you?
You want to be friends? Yeah, let's be friends. Come here into this portal where you're gonna be fucking tortured for your entire lifetime, and you're gonna be put into like a fucking demon form. Yay, let's go.
Yay, let's go.
That sure does sound like an adventure, Mr. Pet Fiend.
Don't judge me.
So you all notice
fine.
rain on the ground. Rain, what are you gonna do?
So I look at my hands and slowly push myself up again. Kind of like cracking my neck and sort of feeling myself out. And then I shift my form to defensive.
Okay. Those that are immediately around Rain, you notice that her skin gets a very strange gleam to it. Almost unnaturally straight and shiny. And you feel like it's starting to take on the attributes of metal.
What?
You're a transformer now?
All right.
Gonna roll out?
When how much can I move with levitate? It's like
It's your movement, literally your movement.
It's technically like 20 feet per movement, but just your normal movement's fine.
I'm gonna be like within 30 feet of Eldon and like hovering above the ground whenever I pop it.
Okay, that'll
So
work.
that should be there-ish, I guess. I don't know. But
So yeah, it'll be fine.
All right, so next up. As the stress starts to build around you, threatening to devour even the strongest of warriors, a hum of magical energy washes over the entire city. You notice all the members of the Silver Fang mixed in with the members of the Iron Tower suddenly grow a bit bolder, a bit stronger, as a protective blanket, a thirsting bloodlust comes over everyone. And you see, particularly the members of the Silver Fang, an aura of red starts to surround them all. The leader of the pack is watching over you all. A voice carries through the air. Well, it seems our enemy has finally come. Let this be the day that the Silver Fang starts its campaign to take back this wretched world. Let this be known that no matter what plane our enemies may hail from, Provnir shall prevail. For today, the War of the Portals shall begin. An image of Kyrie flashes before you all. And you all gain 30 temporary hit points. on
Okay,
top
well,
of
if you
Kyrie's.
cast it
Wow.
higher level.
Wow.
This is
35.
not motivational speech. This is
So-
the inspiring leader.
Oh, could this make mine last longer?
It gives 35 points now instead of the 30.
Hell yeah.
Jeez.
do we get
How do we
what's
do
that give
temporary?
us? Is it wisdom saves as well or
Hers is purely HP.
perfect?
Temporary HP, if you click on your HP. Oh, helps if I click on a
Oh, I
not
see it.
fiend. There you go. Temporary HP, for those that don't know, once you lose it, you cannot heal it back, but it allows your maximum or your total HP to go above your maximum.
Yeah, it's like a shield, right? Kind of.
Essentially, a shield.
Essentially, yeah. And you see all the individuals around you starting to cheer and mutter. Nihilus, a wizard that you know, comes running up to you. I just received word. Your mother's not going to make it. Apparently somebody's appeared in the tower.
Who?
Some succubus. And at that point, the warning horn goes off as the first legion of fiends start bashing against the shield surrounding the citadel. I want everyone to roll initiative.
All right, +8 for you.
Before-
I fucking hate you, Tail.
Can I, before that,
I forgot about that.
Can I shift to natural form?
You can.
Yeah.
Wait till everyone's done rolling theirs.
I'm gonna mutter that Kyrie kind of stepped on my speech, but I guess it's okay.
Should I have rolled initiative before or after Tails?
That is dependent on when you are planning to do it.
I was gonna do it before initiative, so
Okay.
I can use my attack.
If you want to do it before initiative, you can go ahead and do it now. Go
Okay.
ahead and describe what is occurring.
Oh god, I was kind of hoping you would. Oh god.
Are you doing what I think you're doing?
Yeah. Well, I was kind of hoping Tails would have made it sound so much cooler than I would.
Believe in your words.
Well, piggybacking off of what Nihilus and Kyrie said, while I'm saying this, I'm gonna activate my Book of Bahamut. So at the very end of my little sentence, I'm gonna use my Divine Transformation ability, and just basically. Oh god, why Tails? Couldn't you have done this?
You got this. I believe in you.
Oh god.
You got this, Dream. You got this.
Now's not the time for peaceful talks. This is way past redemption. Time to it's time to bring redemption back to the Church of the Silver Arrow for what you've done. And I'll just transform.
And at this point,
me.
you notice that the body of Jean starts to enlarge.
What the fuck?
His armor melding into himself as his body shifts into the full body of a young bronze dragon with platinum tips on each of his scales and eyes that gleam with a platinum glow.
Now, how the fuck do I roll initiative with this boy?
So if you go to your extras, you will notice a young bronze dragon is added to your character.
Okay.
You can use that familiar as what you are rolling from.
So, how do I roll initiative? Oh, roll initiative. There you go. Well, fuck, that's worse than mine.
I'll let you keep the 13.
Okay.
You can edit your initiative, by the way, Flem.
Look,
I already edited mine.
Yeah. Can you? Oh, you shifted already. Thank you. Fuck. Do I want to do it? Do I want to do it? Do I want to do it? All right. We're not in combat yet, technically, right? We haven't done anything.
It is literally imminent. So whatever you're going to do would need to have one action.
Fuck it. It's happening. I'm gonna do it. I think I need to do it. I'm
Oh my
going
God.
to go ahead and
This better be good.
fuck. I don't know if it's gonna be worth it.
Oh my god, just
No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Dude,
And
you
at
got me
this
hyped
point-
up for nothing.
I'm sorry.
At this point, you notice that fiends start bashing against the walls of the citadel. A gleam of magic comes over each side, and the soldiers in front begin firing away.
Seeing everyone hype up, I just yell at the top of my lungs for Provnir before I start firing on the closest. Oh wait, no, it's not my turn yet. Never mind.
All
I
right,
prepare
well,
myself. then.
Hold on.
She's ready.
I'm
What are
hyped,
you
okay,
going to
I'm
do?
Okay.
hyped. The music.
What can I see?
All the
Everything
fiends
there.
that you see on this map,
Everything
are
that I
there.
can see, I can see. Okay.
and there is many more behind them.
So what are these big white boys?
Bone Devils.
Bone Devils.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh my god, the music got so intense.
I know, right?
Yeah, I need to make sure I do this shit right. Okay. Okay, so everything looks pretty symmetrical, I think. I think the right side is weaker than the left.
You gotta make your decisions fast.
Alright. So we are... I should already have advantage, correct?
For this first round, you will.
Okay, so I don't need steady aim, for example. Okay,
No,
in
you
that
wouldn't,
case,
so.
I'm going to... Hunter's Mark on... Hold on, let's see what one's the closest to everyone.
If you are
120,
attacking into the crowd,
105.
you do not need to worry about saying which enemy. Just say you're
Hunter's
attacking
Mark,
to the
though.
right or the left.
Oh. I can't pick a target?
There are too many targets.
I can't pick the biggest target?
You can, if you want to say you're aiming for the biggest targets.
Yeah, I aim for the biggest target. Hunter's Mark
Alright.
on whatever that one is.
Alright, so one of the bone devils that is coming by and starting to reach the edge of the platforms, you have marked with Hunter's Mark.
Yeah. Perfect. And then I'm going to take aim at this little bitch. Then we're...
Alright.
I'm gonna... Do I need anything else? Oh my god, I need to set stuff up. Made.
Alright,
Ambusher.
So I'm gonna
Assassinate.
start doing theirs. Oh, you're just doing the attacks?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, so as I knock the first arrow, I whisper to the bow, or well, the soul. Today is the first battle of many that's reclaim what's ours, fly true, and then I unleash the first arrow at whatever that may be.
Rat do.
That it do.
It's auto crit.
Fly true I
It
shall.
auto.
As the arrow flies out, it hits the bone devil, piercing your target. And you
Oh, with
notice
holy, by the way. I forgot
a
to mention
collection of holy bolts leave the target, hitting the closest 3, causing further damage to the others around them.
that. Okay, the second one. Sharpshooter again. This has to be on a separate target, so I'll aim at whatever's not the bone devil.
And there are plenty to choose from.
Assassinate on, sharpshooter on.
That'll do.
I'm not hasted yet, right?
Nope.
Okay. And then the third attack. Sharpshooter on, assassinate on, a separate target again.
Are those nightmares?
Final arrow.
They are. All right. And as the flurry of arrows go out, you notice enemies starting to drop. You notice that the cannon fire, the giant ballistas, and some very interesting goblin machinations are being fired upon this horde that's coming towards you. Eldon, the soldiers of the Silver Fang await your orders. Shall they reinforce the left or the right?
Move towards the left.
All right, and you notice that 2 individuals go to back up the left.
Excellent.
Now, for everyone's reference, I am going to be using these markers as indications of density. So, when the roll 20 comes up, so the 20 initiative comes up, I will be rolling each side based on who you assist and who you do not, and will take away members of each faction accordingly. So you will successfully destroy things and kill things and successfully fail at doing that, and may or may not take away markers as a result of that. So The goal being to remove all fiends before all individuals that are here fall first.
That fucking big boy in the top right.
Be interesting to find out. Aris, what would you like to do?
All right, so I'm gonna like look over my
Here's
shoulder.
me.
I'm gonna reach up and I'm gonna cast haste on Eldon. So that's +2 to your AC as well. And then I will go ahead and move down however much it is to the ground. I don't know what it is. So I have movement still or no? I went halfway down.
You would be able to get to the ground.
Okay.
So
How
that
much
would use
movement?
all your movement to
Okay,
get there.
perfect. That's fine. And then I'm just gonna it's an action to activate my shit, right? Or is it a bonus action? Just to clarify.
It would be the actual possession is a bonus action.
Yeah, but activating the orb is an action.
What skill are you trying to use?
I'm okay. Never mind. I understand. Bonus action. Gotcha. Okay. I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right. I'm fine. I'm good to go.
You didn't.
I'm ready.
You're
All right. Will that end your turn?
Yeah. I've got nothing else.
All right, Nihilus, what would you like to do? And
Uh,
Jean, you are on the deck.
Okay, so seeing the members of the Silver Fang go to the left, I'm gonna go to the right. And I'm just gonna Sacred Flame the closest target I can see.
Perfect.
I'm gonna count my haste turns.
You don't need to. But you can,
Alright.
I guess.
I will for my knowledge.
Oh, and since I did not do this with that, I'll do this in tandem with yours. As your Sacred Flame goes out, you notice that different enemies out there start to fall. As the attacks are successfully hitting across the two flanks. Alright, anything else you would like to do for this turn?
No, I'm gonna hold off.
Alright, Jean, what would you like to do?
With Mighty Roar, I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna
Oh, you can fly. That's
circle
sick.
over here. And then I'm gonna just breath weapon across.
Very nice. Alright.
Here, one
So
second.
badass.
It's fucking so cool, dude.
What? What?
Nice.
1d6, right?
Correct. Well, the 1d6 would be the next turn to see
Oh,
if it
okay, my turn.
recharges.
Okay.
All right, with that one, I will go ahead and take away one of those as a result of that, because as you fly through the air, strafing across the top row, you hear cheers from the members of the Silver Fang that are manning the ballistas. A few of them freak the fuck out as a dragon literally flies in front of them. You particularly notice a small goblin up here in the top corner that is extremely excited to see you.
Goblin.
Hey, that'll be my turn.
Oh yeah, what a turn, dude. Dude, that shit's a 10d10. Holy fuck, dude.
All right, Rain, what would you like to do?
Let's see. How far is the closest one to me?
Pretty good ways. So we'll say from the edge, you're 80 feet or 100 feet.
Come into the shiny circle.
You should probably move into the circle.
Where's the circle?
The giant blue
Just
circle in
like
front of
blue
you.
circle.
Oh, blue. Okay. So I'm going to move over to the circle, and does that extend my range?
So it would be, if you get up there, you would be about 50 feet away from the edge here. So I believe your range is 60, so you could hit targets from that. Yes.
Alright, from there, then I will. So a purple light is going to materialize in Rain's hands, and a long bow will appear as she shoots a psychic arrow at the closest.
All right. And you all have seen Rain shoot psychic arrows before, but these arrows are much more brilliant in color. And as it fires out, it comes out like a bolt of energy, piercing through. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Yes. Do I
All
add
right.
the natural form bonus?
You do. So you can add the extra 2d6.
Let's go.
All right.
13.
And that will definitely hit. And if you wanted to make a second attack, you can.
Yes. Does that hit?
It is very difficult to miss things with this horde.
Okay, perfect then. And do I also can I add?
Yeah, every attack you do has that
Oh,
add.
perfect.
So we'll add it as a permanent customization later on. All right. Now, as you're doing this attacks, you hear a very large and deep guttural noise as someone off in the distance starts calling out towards the soldiers.
Legion, Mortug Ascorajanus, Astidu Hasta, Aseru Daukosoro, Wordashkrai.
The fuck?
So
That
those of you
Abyssal?
that speak Abyssal,
Yeah.
What we got?
Damn.
you hear this entity screaming out at the common soldiers, telling them that if they do not successfully breach this citadel, that he will personally rip their fucking heads off and devour their souls.
Do I see it? Do I see him?
Currently, you cannot. Top of the round. Eldon, what would you like to do?
Yeah, we'll see who's taking whose heads first.
Got haste.
I do. Alright, Sharpshooter on. Let's begin, shall we? Is that Bone Devil still around? Like, can I see
There
it?
are multiple of them. The one that you were attacking
I can track
is
it 'cause
looking
it's number
damaged,
marked.
and you can tell where he is. So, yep, you can focus fire him if you want.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the hits. It's just adding in the damage. So,
Okay, gotcha.
all right. And as these arrows are flying out and piercing through, you notice that the Bone Devil that you had initially marked has fallen.
Oh, good, has it?
Oh yeah, he's not doing too good with that many hits.
Nice.
Okay, can I spot another large target and move the hunter's mark to that with a bonus action?
Very easily.
And then send the third attack that way.
Beautiful. And at this point, the soldiers on the two sides continue their firing. Left side kicking ass, being very imbued by the presence of a dragon. Their morale is extremely high, and they take out two more entities. Those on the left side, with the assistance of the members of your party, are also able to successfully take out 2 more entities. Eldon, where would you like the reinforcements to go?
I'll keep it even for now. Send the next reinforcements to the right.
Very well, and they go.
Why am I out of range of everything? Fuck you.
Fireball's not.
Yeah, but they're all fucking fiends, dude.
That's valid.
There's a lot of fire immunity in that group. That is
Yeah.
accurate.
Some devils,
Aris.
you know.
What would you like to do?
Actually, this is fine. What we're gonna do is I'm going to said aiming doesn't matter, right? Or fucking
Correct.
hitting doesn't matter.
At this
Okay.
point, until there is a target on the platform, you guys are simply firing into the air to destroy them.
I'm gonna move my 30 feet. That's there. Then I'm going to. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna cast a 2nd level chromatic orb. With. Is this how this works? Okay. Damage.
Alright, go ahead and make your attack. And as you spin up this orb and fling it out, you notice that it is just tearing through, particularly the imps that are flying in the air, having a piece of their wings charred off by the lightning damage. Alright, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Actually, you two are 30 feet from me. Perfect, that's fine. I'm good.
Alright, Nihilus, what would you like to do?
I was gonna move away, but apparently it's important to stay within 30 feet
I
of
mean,
ours.
you don't have to. It's up to you.
I'll just step up next to Rain, because that'll keep me close to both of them. I just want to get on the edge of the circle, and again, I'll Sacred Flame whatever's closest.
Alright. And the divine energy is going out. You notice off in the distance there are very large entities starting to bang against the walls of this citadel.
I'm looking for the Pit Fiend since I've seen him.
Okay. Go
Like
ahead and make
behind
a
us?
perception check.
Is what you're talking about?
No, they are basically off in the distance to the far right and the far left.
Okay.
This is not just occurring here. This is literally occurring throughout the entire citadel.
Oh, fuck.
You guys are one of the many fronts of this battle. Alright, and you notice coming behind, flying around, there is the Pit Fiend.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, heals!
And he does seem to be coming straight for the platform.
How
Hey,
big
hey,
is
yo, Bronze Platinum Dragon.
So he's a young bronze dragon, right?
I'm
Correct.
a young.
Wee lad.
Looking up your fucking stats. 'cause-
I didn't hear that. Or anything else, Nihilus?
Well, I already used my action before I saw him, and I guess my perception check was a bonus, so I'm good.
Alright. So, Jean, you are flying through this army of fiends. What would you like to do?
Well, let's see if it recharges!
Nice.
nice?
Now the question is, do I want to go over to the right side?
Make a perception check.
Oh, to see if I would have even noticed.
Oh,
I need to
Above
do-
15?
Oh, wait, I need to do my, dragon.
telepathically tell Rain about the Pit Fiend. Hey, yo, Pit Fiend.
Hey, yo,
Can
it's
we
your
You
boy
now know
Pippi.
that it's there. Yeah, so Jean, that loud, ominous voice definitely caught your attention. And with your new dragon eyes, you are very easily able to perceive him off in the distance.
It doesn't matter, I won't be able to get there.
That's okay, do what you gotta do.
Do what you're gonna do, my dude.
I am gonna use my breath weapon on this side again.
Alright.
1 second.
6 stopped? Question mark.
Oh no, there's more.
Okay. That was I put. There's
Oh.
my 2. I forgot to count it.
I've only had one turn of haste.
And then once I do that, I'll shift right here.
Perfect. All right, so yeah, the second breath weapon goes off, and as you fly above, you see some of the individuals below reaching their hands up. Praise the Platinum Emissary!
I'll just give a curt nod as I, fly over.
All right, so Rain.
Is there anywhere that I see that's heading? They're still flying around, right? They haven't.
The
actually
Pit
gone
Fiend
on
seems to be flying directly towards your platform.
Is it? Are any of the other ones on the platform or not yet?
There's only the one Pit Fiend that you see.
Okay.
As for the other monsters, no, they are being held back so far.
Okay. Does changing my form
That would be a
My
bonus
action?
action.
a bonus action? Oh, perfect. That's the case. How close is the pet fiend from, or can I hit them?
Still a. Let's see.
So a while.
— 90 feet.
Not enough. So I'll move about 30 feet so I can reach.
Okay, go ahead and move where you're going to be.
Oh, you're gonna move outside the circle?
What does that?
The
Change.
circle provides you an AC bonus of +6 currently.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, I am just going to just hit on everything else that's closer.
I think that's
Okay.
pretty cool.
Yeah, until they reach about 60 feet. Then yeah, I'll just keep hitting on the other ones.
Very nice. All right. So, as you are making your attacks, the psychic blades go out, and you see just tons of imps falling here and there. You notice that the ballista here has a elf woman that's holding it down, and you've met many elves in your life, but you've never seen one quite as bloodthirsty as this one. Because she jumps on top and starts flinging out daggers at the enemies that are there. We'll come back
I
to her
cheer
later.
her on.
Eldon, what would you like to do?
Can I see the big boy, Mr. Pet Fiend?
With your natural perception, yes.
Okay. Now here's the question. What AC does a Pet Fiend have, mayhaps?
One way to
My
find
bet
out.
would be 23 or higher.
Really? Okay. Well, so I'm going to use my bonus action to shift the Hunter's Mark to the Pet Fiend.
And the fiend
then I'm
is
going to
successfully
make-
marked.
Perfect. I'm going to make my first attack non-sharpshooter because I need to figure out his AC.
Are these
first.
at the pit fiend?
Yes.
Okay.
So no sharpshooter, just sneak attack for this one.
That will hit.
That does hit. Radiant damage, holy arrow. Sneak attack off. And just go blap. Blap.
That one,
Well, that
as you
doesn't-
shoot that arrow, it, knowing that you are attacking it now, just swats it out of the air,
Okay.
continuing to make its way forward. That'll definitely hit.
Yeah, it will. Okay, so it's marked. 3 attacks, and we're good. Perfect.
Perfect.
That's with haste, right?
Yeah, that's the second turn of haste done.
All right. At this point, let's see how the soldiers do. Okay. So as this
Right.
occurs, with the assistance of the dragon coming forward, Gene, you start heading out, and it seems that a few of the individuals were a little too preoccupied with you. And as such, one was pulled off by one of the succubi and dropped floor below. Another individual was kicked in by one of the nightmares and was taken out on that side. For the right-hand side, with a lot more support from the group as a whole, they are barely able to keep themselves together, and they do take out one of the individuals.
I think it's my
There
turn,
is
Parker.
there is no
Wow.
turn that will not have a null result.
I think it's the end or the start of the 7th.
Yeah, but I always go before you, so it's irrelevant.
Start of my
All
7th.
right.
Anyway, reinforcements. Stage left.
And 2 individuals come and take up the spots of those that fell. And at this point, you once again hear a sound.
Rufiscardo, Scaratoro, I dardo gordo stir,
And those of you that speak Abyssal, you can hear him essentially screaming out in disgust at all these puny mortals are capable of keeping them there, and that they should have just been wiped out as they go. And he says, as to clear out his mouth, he grabs a nearby imp, throwing it in, and swallows him.
Nice.
How rude.
Minus
So
one.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
let's go ahead and roll for his initiative.
No, it's okay. You can stay out there.
He can just go home, you know. He can go home.
Bye.
Clearly,
You can send
we're
him
not
home,
worth his
maybe.
time.
And apparently it is his turn.
Oh no.
So he flies forward, reaching the edge of the platform. And he starts off biting down on the elf that's standing at the top.
No.
He didn't last long.
Damn.
31 will definitely hit. And as he does so, he spits her back out. Ugh. And at this point, he throws a claw attack at the same time that he throws a mace attack at the individual beside them. So that'll be a 29 and a 33, so those definitely both hit. And then he finishes off with a tail attack. And
Jesus.
you notice that the tail attack, it just punctures right through the body of the individual. And now he's looking forward at the other individuals around, looks back at the group behind him, and signals for them to start pushing forward through the hole that he's made in your defenses. Aris, what would you like to do?
Okay. What would I like to do? Why does that have to be 30?
Oh my god, my stomach hurts. I'm so scared.
You got this.
All right. I'm going to cast. Fuck me.
What
Shit.
does that do?
uh,
I told you guys are all taking a level of Bard or something.
What kind of saves that one play?
At this point, with a Pit Fiend, that'd be definitely Constitution.
Oh god.
What are the chances?
Oh,
I
and
hit
just in
this
case you
fucking
guys have
thing?
never seen a full picture of a Pit Fiend, that's what they look like.
What are the chances I hit this fucking thing? Like,
Wow.
Well, you
luck.
can't do nothing.
yeah, sorry.
I
Let's
too,
put
hey.
on the deck.
Right. I'm gonna. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cast a first level magic missile at him.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but like I'm low already,
You're voting
and
me out for that
I need
shit.
to save shit till he's closer.
All right.
And let me see. Do I want to move closer?
And as you do this first
Probably
level
not.
magic missile, it smacks him right in the middle of his face. And he just smiles at you, showing his long claws dripping with ichor from the remnants of the elven woman he just devoured.
Gonna. What's the face of this guy look like here? This person.
That one, it's very much like the token that's there. He is a scholarly little halfling elf
Focused.
mix. He is very focused. In fact, all of them are, as they are currently working on this array here.
All for me.
Right, Nihilus.
Okay.
Do we want to try some shit? That was third haste, by the way.
No, it's not.
It will
It's
be.
my-
It will be. It will be.
It will be.
Alright,
I
so
can
Nihilus.
track it. Don't worry about it.
Doing it too. Just
Alright, so as you bring out your Sir Stamps-a-Lot, he pounds against the armor of this Pit Fiend. And while it does leave an inky mark, it seems to just barely not be able to pierce through its skin.
Oh, damn it.
19 AC. At least.
That'll definitely hit.
Very good.
So as the guiding bolt hits the target, you notice him starting to light up. And I believe this gives advantage on the next hit, correct?
Mm-hmm. The next attack.
Yeah, so you now have a lit up and radiantly twinkling Pit Fiend looking
Oh,
straight at the
pretty.
circle ahead.
I'm not going to say anything to piss him off. I'm not going to say anything to piss him off. I'm not going to say anything to piss him off.
hey, Nihilus, you should piss him off.
Yeah, you don't want to be taunting them right now.
Gene, what would you like to do?
Nice.
That'll do.
Oh my god.
I will fly 80 feet.
Oh, hi.
And then I am gonna let out a lightning breath,
Is it a line or a cone?
a line.
Okay, then yeah, you were able to pinpoint it straight at the Pit Fiend and those behind him.
1 second. If they meet the dex save, they only take half damage.
So that'll be 26 points of damage. The Pit Fiend kind of looking you over. He seems to have found a worthy target.
Nice job.
Hey, as long as I don't know if he can understand me for anything, but I'm gonna piss off somebody. It's not Nihilus this time. I'm gonna call out as like, if you want to know how your plan failed in Murda, it was by my hands.
This is how we're
What
playing tonight.
language do you
Okay.
say this in?
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say it in common since I don't know any abyssal or
Okay.
whatever, and I highly doubt he speaks Draconic.
You hear in your mind.
Ruktis nogad. Axtkon kat musi oktao.
Yep, that means nothing to me. I don't understand it.
Wait, did you say you were linked to Rain? Rain, are you linked to him?
Yes,
Yes.
Do
but
you speak Abyssal?
no.
But this is a direct telepathy from the Pit Fiend
Yep.
to.
But it's
Yep.
mind stuff.
I'm
It
just
is.
gonna
Okay.
shelve it in, like
Fine.
put it in the back of my memory. So if I have to speak with somebody who speaks Abyssal, I'll just let them know.
Okay.
Just shelve this under things that he probably swore at me.
Make a either intelligence check or a history check. One of the two.
Intelligence. How would skill checks work as I'm a young bronze dragon?
This one is a mental skill, so it would stay as is.
Okay, so intelligence or history?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. What's my intelligence as a dragon? 2 versus 0. So I'll do an intelligence check.
Okay. So you are very successfully able to lock away. So you can say that you have perfect memory of this when you recall it.
Gotcha.
All right, that brings us to Rain.
So Jean just did a dex save attack.
Correct.
So Rain should have advantage if she attacks the Pit Fiend.
Yes.
Okay.
I will actually attack the pet fiend with. Actually, the bow and Rain's hand materialize, or actually not materialize, it dematerializes and changes into a spear. And as it does, she's gonna pull back and throw as hard as she can at the pet fiend.
All right, go ahead and make your attack roll. That will hit. Go ahead and roll your extra damage.
Ten.
So 10 points of psychic damage. Very nice.
And after that, I will let go of this. Oh, actually, this spear's gone anyway. That's when I kind of do some wavy thing around me and then change
So
my form to
amazing,
Dimension.
Brony.
Very descriptive.
Just imagine me dancing around to a defensive form, okay?
All right. And Nihilus, with your perception, it's very interesting to see somebody turn into what seems to be a metallic skinned individual next to a metallic dragon.
They're so shiny.
Mm-hmm. Imitating the dragon.
So that brings us to the top of the round, which will be Eldon. What would you like to do?
Okay. So this boy's gonna get it. So I'm gonna use my bonus action to steady aim, which gives me advantage on the next attack. We're gonna turn sharpshooter on and see if we can blast him with some big damage.
All right, make your attack.
Don't miss.
22 will hit.
All 8.
So that is going to be 26, 27, 28 points of damage.
Very nice. The next ones will take sharpshooter off.
That'll hit as well. So that'll be 16 points of damage. Followed by another 15. And what you guys notice is that as all these arrows pierce into the fiend, with their holy radiance dissipating away upon contact, he's still looking extremely healthy.
Interesting.
Just gonna stress drink my water over here.
Alright, that brings us to the top of the round. Let's see how the two sides do. Being that one of the ballistas is unmanned, they are going to be at a -1, which is countered by the assistance that you guys have given on that side. And that seemed to still work out okay. So the left side, after being reawoken to the fact that they are indeed in danger after the last round, they successfully crit and take out 4 entities on that side. While the right hand side is able to take out 2 of their own. A 20 and a 17, so very well rolled that round.
Mm-hmm.
And now that the third turn has been completed, the wizards in the center complete their chant. And the main cannon below this platform goes off. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit!
So,
You are flying, so you don't have to worry about it.
Anybody within 10 feet of me gets my aura, so it's only.
So I
It's
have
only
an
nihilist.
argument, right? I'm technically under the.
I mean,
influence
You are
of
levitating, so you're
Okay,
fine.
perfect.
Yeah.
Well. Oh, never mind. I'm not in that form.
Rain, you get my +4.
Thank you.
20. Yeah, that's good.
All right. Ironically, the one that didn't make it was the Pit Fiend. He rolled a 9.
He wasn't expecting it. We were.
So as the entire platform bursts with energy, you see a hole being punctured through the wall of enemies on each side. And Bone Devil's gone from each side. And he is currently prone.
Oh, nice.
No.
Wait, isn't that it?
We're all rain.
Well, he can't. He has to spend his action to get
He's
back
gonna
up.
stand up.
That's true.
No.
That's true.
He had to spend half his movement because it's 5e.
Oh, is that how how?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not
That is
nearly
such a
as
tiny
detrimental.
thing.
What is that?
That's the prone marker.
Wow.
All right. Well, It
Okay,
is
so I have
his
a
turn.
question.
so
Well,
yes.
I haven't reinforced any sides yet. I have a question about that
Oh,
though.
yes.
Are they targeting the Pit Fiend also?
Yes. So,
Or are they
well,
just targeting the horde of?
they are generally going to be
creatures?
targeting the horde to make sure it stays back.
Okay.
Because
how are we
anything that
looking?
makes it to the platform, you guys do have to fight normally.
I feel like if I send them to the right, I'm sending them to get smooshed by a Pit Fiend.
The left has another Bone Devil as well.
Yeah. I think since we're focusing on the right, that I should reinforce the left to bolster that. So send the next set to the left again.
All right.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
they make their way. And the left
trying to
side
be
is
as-
looking extremely bolstered at this point.
Pragmatic as possible.
Nihilus, you notice as you're seeing the citadel being bashed again and again and again, the shields are starting to take longer to reform.
Okay.
All right. The Bone Devil, or not the Bone Devil, the Pit Fiend, kind of chuckles to himself and gets himself back up off of the ground. He kind of just looks to the one side and Yeah, he's going to cast Wall of Flame.
Do I know what level that is?
It's a pretty common spell, so just in case, let's go ahead and roll a history. It's not a high check though.
It wouldn't be Arcana.
It's a 4th level.
You can do Arcana, yeah. Okay, that is just enough. So yeah, you would know it's 4th level.
I'm gonna counterspell.
All right.
Do it.
I grasp my amulet. I call upon Mistress Power, and understanding the way I do, I say, "My plain bitch," and I counterspell.
How many charges are you using?
Well, if I'm using what I need to counter it.
Okay. Excellent. So yeah, you are able to successfully counter the Wall of Flame.
And that's 4.
That is 4.
Okay, I'll mark those off.
Nice.
1 charge per level of the spell, I guess.
Yeah.
And he kind
That's
of
cool,
looks
though.
at his hand. And then charges with the 15 feet he's got left towards this guy and bites his head right off.
No.
Oh no, Belly
And then
5.
Straight at you, Nihilus, as he dribbles
passed
the
it
body
off. Good
back
job.
down.
Come on, I couldn't even piss him off.
Did.
What? Oh, he's a pet. He's a pet.
Oh, he's
fiend.
very
He's
much after you as
already
well, but he has a mission in his mind. He is very excited to fight a dragon. All right,
Pesky
that brings us
mages.
to Aris. I mean, you guys kept. It is a good thing he did not have 15 more feet because he has 3 more attacks he can use.
This
Clumsy
music
bitch slipped
changed.
over.
Give me a second.
And as you guys would know at this point, because 2 ballistas are not being used, their rolls are at -2. All right.
Move up to here. Can I see past Gene?
Yes.
I mean, I'm up in the air at the moment, so you're like underneath me.
I think I'm gonna be using that.
That's a good shot.
Gonna second. I'm gonna second level chromatic orb.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack.
This is going to be
All right. And that'll hit. And it does seem to do the full damage. All right, Nihilus, what would you like to do?
So if I cast Banish and he succeeds, can I try again in the same combat?
I believe that there's no they become immune to it in the spell, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't. Okay.
Nihilus. We can push. Try to fucking. We need to burn this guy's fucking resistances.
I'm trying it once.
That's okay.
He just looks at you, smiles. You can speak Abyssal, so
Mhm.
you hear him say, "It sounds like you need friends to play with."
Oh,
And he's going to use his legendary action to summon bearded devils.
So he succeeded.
He succeeded. And he gets 2d4 bearded devils. So you see these individuals with sharp beards that are half tentacle and half knife. that start looking you all up and down and prepared to fight.
Okay, for my bonus action, since some of the ballistas are down, I don't know when we're going to be able to reinforce them. I'm going to send my stamp out into the mob
Okay.
to bolster that side.
All right. So I can consider that a
Okay.
permanent +1 if you'd like. If you keep it out there.
For now, I will.
Okay. So each turn that you leave it out there, I'll just consider that a +1.
Okay.
And then if you bring it back into the combat, it would be without.
Okay.
Does it break my concentration if I swap over to somebody that has an Azure Bond?
As long as you do not cast another concentration spell, you are still fine.
That ends my turn.
So
Okay. So the same concentration spell rules apply because you would still be able to maintain the concentration. But if they cast another concentration spell, only one can be held at a time.
Oh.
Azurvan would be the only one that allows two. All right, Gene, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna fly right here.
All right, I need you to take an attack of opportunity from the lovely bearded devil that you flew past, this one here.
Okay.
He is going to try and hit you with his glaive. Would a 14 hit?
No.
All right.
Get that weak shit out of here.
Yeah, I imagine him like kicking him like as he like kicks it away.
Can you
All right.
recharge your breath weapon again?
Oh, I gotta check. Nope.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna stare at the pit demon and I'm gonna make some attacks.
Attack away.
wait, your fucking banishment's 60 feet.
I don't know, whatever it said.
Mine's 30. No, sorry, Blight's 30. Never mind, I'm fucking dumb.
Well,
Yeah,
you're a
banishment
dummy.
60.
As you're attacking with your tooth and claw, his armor is much harder than it looked. And you're close, but you just can't quite pierce it with the attacks you're making.
Darn. I'll end my turn there.
Okay. Rain, what would you like to do?
I hold both of my hands out. And actually, yeah. I'm going to have a lance materialize on my hand and shoot directly at the second closest one. Right near
Okay.
Jim.
Go ahead and make your attack. And that hits.
Oh, perfect.
And I believe your attack range is 10 feet, right, Gene?
My neck. Yes, my bite attack does.
So
Okay.
that is sneak
I have a
attack.
question.
Go ahead.
Since Jean technically got attacked, does it have to hit?
No, I don't
Would
think
he
so.
have had advantage since he got attacked?
No, it does say when you're hit by an attack.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
You gotta be hit. Okay, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'll try and be better about tracking that.
Oh, no worries. There's a lot of rules, so.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, you would get sneak attack on this.
Oh, perfect.
They are in danger of a dragon. So that'll be 18 points.
Danger zone.
I'll also be smacking it again with another lance.
Alright, go ahead and attack. That one does not hit.
Damn, damn.
That sneak attack though. Oh,
I know. Wait, let's see if there's any way I can, no, I don't think I can.
alright. So all good?
Yeah, I don't think I can. Never mind.
Alrighty, that brings us to the top of the round. But before you go, Eldon, the horns within the citadel are starting to go off. I would like everyone to make a perception check.
Plus
Alright.
9, by the way.
I'm a little preoccupied.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
I'm.
Don't bother.
Okay. So you can hear that there is an emergency going on inside. Rain, you notice a small and very well covered individual flying through the horde.
What do they look like?
You can't see any of their features. You see a very dark hood, a cloak that covers them entirely, and if it wasn't for the fact that it's moving so quickly, you probably wouldn't have even noticed them.
Can I shout this out as well as telepathically mention that there's incoming and mention it or point at it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
With everybody else's perception checks, Nihilus, you are able to notice it when you are pointing and look at it. No one else can notice it. You're kind of looking in that direction, but there's just so much chaos and confusion,
Yeah.
it just doesn't.
Okay, I'll definitely make sure to like track it.
Okay. Eldon.
Okay. Let's see. So bonus action, steady aim, and we're gonna sharpshooter. And we're gonna hopefully hit.
Right.
Motherfucker.
I know, right?
Yeah, as you make the attack, it just doesn't make its way through.
Okay, no more sharpshooter.
That just barely hits. And you do get the sneak attack on that first one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it on and you can determine, because
Yeah.
I can't be bothered to flick the switch every time.
That's what I do with Reigns anyways. So basically the
cool,
first
cool.
one that hits, you get it, if it's a sneak attack situation.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Alright, so the first one you get 7, 9, so that'll be 21, 22, 23. $43 points of radiant damage.
That's
And you notice that the Pit Fiend is looking slightly wounded.
do I
You can see damage.
Slightly.
can I see that my radiant damage is having full effect?
It
Do I
does
believe
seem to
that?
have full effect. It does not seem to be having any extra effect.
Okay, I was just wondering if it had. So if it's full, that's good. Okay, I've used bonus, used 3 attacks. Yeah, we're good. That's the 4th round of haste.
Alright, so that brings us to the soldiers. After an extremely good push in the last round, the left side gets a little cocky and let down their guard again. There's a lot of new members of the Silver Fang, brand new members that
Rookies,
haven't
man.
earned their Fang yet, and they are earning it.
Amateur
On the
hour
other
over
side,
here.
though, they are able to nat 20, and they
Yes.
surrounded by both a dragon, which is nice and embellishing, a Pit Fiend, which is fucking horrifying, and having the entire citadel literally shake by firing a cannon. They're just like, we're going to get our job done and we're going to do it well. I don't want to be here anymore.
There's also giant stamp helping them out. I really think that, bolstered their resolve.
There have been a few looks at it that are very confused. All right, Eldon, where would you like the reinforcements to go?
So What happened on the left again? Refresh my memory. They
Two
just
of them were
didn't
taken
do
out
anything?
because they were not successful in fighting back.
Okay. To the left.
All right.
Stop screwing around. Amateurs.
And that brings us to the Pit Fiend. Gene, make an intimidation check.
Let me see. Do I even have Okay, the dragon doesn't have intimidation. Oh,
That's a charisma modifier.
oh, it's a charisma modifier. So can I just do just a standard charisma check with the dragon?
Okay. You are looking threatening enough that...
Oh wait, that's a save. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and do the normal. Even so. Yeah, you are looking threatening enough that he is going to stop his mission temporarily, and he's going to start attacking you. So first he starts off by trying to bite you. Would a 17 hit?
No.
Okay. As he puts his fangs around your neck, your scales are able to push him back, and him being very upset about this, tries to claw you across the face. Would a 24 hit?
Yes.
So you gain 11 points of slashing damage.
Ooh, not 110.
So that means your next attack on him will be at advantage.
Nice.
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And at this point, he brings up his mace. 28 will hit, so that'll be 19 points of bludgeoning damage with 21 points of fire damage as he ignites the mace in your face.
So 29 and...
So that'll be a total of 40 points of damage.
You lose
19 bludgeoning, 21 fire, depending on if you have any resistances.
Okay,
You
I
lose
got
the
it.
motivational, depending on your resistance.
The temporary hit points was on my base character, not my dragon character.
Oh,
I would assume that would be placed on Jean and not my young dragon, correct?
Yeah, that would be correct. And then finally, he's going to come about and whip you with his tail. And a 17 doesn't hit, which works in your favor because that was 31 points otherwise.
Whew.
And he is just staring you down. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
so does he have the benefit of my thing or not?
He does not.
Oof.
Okay. I'm going to ignore this previously because it's my fault for forgetting about it. But you suddenly feel an aura of fear around him. You are frightened until your next turn. You can make a save at the end of each of your turns.
I guess I can't attack him then, right?
You can attack, it's just a disadvantage.
And since I have advantage on him, it would just be a
It'd be
normal
normal.
attack. And then
For the
I'll
first
do another
attack.
save at the end of my turn?
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Aris.
I don't know what I want to do. The bearded devils don't go with him.
They seem to be attacking on their own.
Shit. Alright, fuck it. I'm gonna... I don't think she's gonna... I'm gonna take out the orb, on my satchel, and then I'm going to invoke possession with Azravon. And I'm gonna say, welcome to the party, Azravon. Let's get ready. Let's get going. And
Oh dear me.
I want him to cast slow on everything. It won't hit Gene because its
yes.
target is isolate.
Of course. And you feel your arm being moved for you, and the slow spell starting to be cast.
I don't know if it's
I believe
against.
they all.
Is it against my spell DC or his?
It would be his.
What is it?
It should be on the character sheet.
Okay. Quick. It is. They need a save against. Oh, it's the same as mine. 15.
Okay, what kind of save?
Wisdom.
Pit Fiend saves with no issue at all.
Should we be fighting this?
Oh, that just feels bad.
Everything succeeded.
Um,
Right?
all of them except this guy succeeded.
Great.
Oh
Perfect.
fuck!
Wasted my fucking.
Two of them were nat 20s.
Bruh.
That is so fucking frustrating.
Yep, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
So he's,
What was their
slow-
wisdom? Just out of curiosity. You know what? Never mind. Never
just
mind.
plus.
Why is there modifier?
That's not their modifier. They have a separate thing for wisdom saves. All right. So will
lucky.
that complete your turn?
I can't take control back, right?
Correct. You would need to use a bonus action to switch.
Yep.
All right. Nihilus, it's your turn.
Okay. I am going to. I'm gonna guiding bolt the pit fiend at second level.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack. And that'll hit.
Shit damage, but at least it hit.
How's it looking?
He's got wounds.
And my stance gonna continue to do its thing for my bonus action.
Okay, perfect.
Like, what other option do we have?
Believe
Jean,
in the me
what
that
would you like to
believe
do?
in you. Maybe.
Well, let's see if I recharge my breath. Nope.
Damn it.
Well, since I have advantage and disadvantage, I guess I'll roll my bite and claw attacks.
They'll both be normal.
And
The
they
final one
all
will be
hit.
different.
So as the pit fiend is pushed off from its set of attacks, you go in for your own. You are able to bite away and pull a nice chunk of skin out, and it burns as the ichor within him fills your mouth.
And then wisdom save, correct?
Correct.
Oh, I forgot to add my +4 on my wisdom for my pally, but I highly doubt 9 would have saved.
9 would not have saved.
So this would be 16.
16 does not save.
Damn.
Fuck.
Okay. Oh, goddamn, that was a wisdom check, not a wisdom save. Well, well.
Well, what's your
Was your
save?
save higher?
My wisdom would have been a +4, so tack on another 3, so it would be 19.
Still would not save.
God.
What the fuck?
DC 20.
Oh, shit.
Okay, I'm gonna stop there then.
Okay.
Is there
Rain.
any
Oh, go
update
ahead.
on that invisible figure?
Not yet.
I don't want to get in dirty feels.
No, you do not.
I mean, there's some
Definitely
bearded devils
not.
that are probably gonna do something at some point.
Don't want to
Alright,
fucking burn
so-
a fourth.
Can I use the steady aim as a bonus action first?
You
Yeah.
could.
Okay, so use that, and then materialize another throwing spear and aim it at the fiend.
All right, go ahead and make your attacks. That will definitely hit.
She gets sneak attack, right?
She does.
Mhm.
You are a threat to it. So, 23 points of psychic damage.
And that would be it for me.
You're not going to do... Oh, yeah, you bonus action the other one. Perfect.
Yeah. Just in case.
And with that, it is starting to look hurt.
Oh, yes. We got this. We got this.
I'm in hell. Maybe I do want to go in.
Oh my god.
Maybe I want to die.
Guys, we don't know if this is the last
Oh.
of them. We don't want to burn everything.
It's
There's-
probably
It is.
not.
There's
So it
something
has
else.
only been... And I will give you all context on this, and it kind of works perfectly at the end of this round. The horde that's surrounding you is thinning out, but the horde around the entire citadel, and then as you look down at the city of Murda with its own combatants attacking, this is not something that's going to be ending instantaneously.
Yep.
You are holding ground, but you are not pushing them out yet. So, top of the round. The individual is getting closer,
I hope I know who it is.
and you all suddenly hear a booming voice come from the gates below you. We need to hurry the fuck up with all this. A man dressed in pure obsidian dragon scale, holding a giant warhammer and surrounded in a radiant red light.
Is this ridiculous?
Ah! He just looks and sees the pit fiend that's there and starts running straight for it.
Do I recognize it?
You recognize this as Vorus.
Oh
Whoa,
shit!
let's go! Nice, 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 nice.
I was really hoping I would have run into him for a while.
Jean, as Vorus gets close to you, you feel a calming aura come over you, and your courage grows. As you enter in his aura of courage.
Hey, no more frightened. Oh wait, what am
10th
oh, okay.
level. Oh, wait, that's level 10. Oh, wait, okay.
Just wait till I get to 10th level. I get that too.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta kill this guy.
Is
so
it a
that
30
we can
foot
level
range or yeah? It's a
Wait,
30
what?
foot
He has to be 18th
at
level.
least. He's like a
Yep.
Yeah,
He is the Electrum of Murda.
that on
Highest
Bang,
ranking,
he's
he's the
a-
highest ranking Silver Fang member.
he's
Ah.
hanging Kyrie, you know.
it.
Ash.
He is Kyrie's husband.
Literally banging.
Oh.
Kyrie. Yeah, that's why I said it. You know, I wasn't joking.
It's a good thing we did not let him die whenever we're in Closa.
He
Who
And
wasn't
at
was
this
close.
point, yeah, that was Ricky.
Oh, that was Rakith. Okay.
At this point, you see that hooded figure disappears from your sight for a moment. And Vorus just calls out, "Central tower, top floor, and hurry." The individual reappears, coming around the edge, nods in Vorus's direction, and then jumps over the wall.
We don't get to see who it is.
Make a perception check.
Can I also?
Can I do it too?
The only people that would be able to have tracked this would have been Nihilus and Rain.
Ugh.
He by me.
Is that?
So you've met quite a few individuals in the Silver Fang. You've never met anybody of this stature.
Ah. Damn.
They seem relatively small, even to you, Rain.
Small as in.
Would I have any inkling of who it would be?
Small
At
as in
all?
the invisible
Um,
thing I sensed in the rafters that one day.
Hold on. This
Oh my god.
matches almost a folk tale that you've heard around the Silver Fang. for many, many years. Yes.
Okay. Do I know a name? Would I recall a name from those stories?
You would not recall a actual individual's name, but
What's
you
that?
would recall a. Let me pull it back up. That's what I get for not having it in my stuff.
You can't throw an
You-
invisible NPC out there and not expect us to ask questions.
Well, I wasn't expecting you guys to catch her.
Mhm.
A
Her.
23
Okay,
will
got it.
do some things. Yeah, so you recognize this as the person that is commonly referred to as the Silent Reaper.
Silent Reaper. Oh.
Well, fucking edgelord, dude.
And he was sending her to Kyrie's tower?
Seemed to be.
Shit.
Wait,
He's out here though.
what's
So.
going on there?
Yeah, okay.
All right. So that brings us to the beginning of the turn, at which point the entire citadel rocks again. But this time, not as violently as it did when it was firing the cannons. Nihilus, you notice that the shields are taking a long time to recharge.
Okay. But we're still like at altitude and stuff. We're still okay.
You are still good.
Okay.
For now.
Let's go, motherfuckers! Woo!
Eldon, what would you
Jesus.
like to do?
Okay. So we're gonna steady aim sharpshooter. I think this is the best way to do it. I think. You fucking cunt, bitch. Sharpshooter is such a meme, man.
It really is.
Oh,
You're good.
Hold on.
Yeah, I need to cut off a few seconds of that track because that
We're gonna get more
Silence is
Christmas
weird.
music.
and I believe you have one more shot, right?
Yeah, hold on. I'm just reading something. Okay, so as the next attack, okay.
Correct. All right, and that one will
Oh,
hit.
holy bitch.
And you do get your sneak attack with that as well. So that'll give you a nice solid 24, 31 points of radiant damage.
Nice. I think I need Elven accuracy to make sharpshooter worth using on these high AC targets. Because it's like a 50-50 at this point, you go with advantage.
All right, and that brings us to the horde that's around us. You notice that they are becoming more emboldened. And those that are on the left side, 2 more individuals are taken out. And those that are on the
Amateurs.
right, 2 more individuals are taken out there as well.
Bud.
I think you gotta ask him to be brave there on the right.
All right, Eldon, what would you like to do?
Were any creatures taking it at all? Or is it just we lost
Just
people
your
'cause they're-
people this time.
Dude, they're so garbanzo, man. Okay. I really don't want to send them to the right.
Nihilus's stamp is the only reason that you guys did not lose 4 individuals on the right.
We're about to have 3 crossbows empty. We can't.
So what is the least manned on the left? They're both manned by at least 2, right?
Generally, it can be operational with 1.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Send the reinforcements to the right.
Okay,
Tell them to be
Um,
careful.
so they go around, and going through the center circle, they are able to make their way. This one, they kind of skirt about, and seeing that the bearded devil is slowed, kind of try and trip him on the way.
Get fucked.
Ballsy, I like it.
They do not succeed and are
Oh.
very barely able to roll out of the way before the bearded devil puts their glaive through them.
Still, mad respect.
Damn.
Gave them a shot. They rolled a 3, so you know.
I love it.
All right, and that brings us to the pit fiend. Seeing this new individual coming in, and feeling that his fear aura is now starting to falter. Yeah, he's going to go ham on the dragon, but he's also going to start moving himself between. So he shifts to here,
Interesting.
and he'll start with his bite attack. I'm assuming a 30 will hit.
Yes.
He does 23 points of piercing damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
That is 26.
You just barely
What?
stop yourself from getting poisoned.
Damn.
Next up, he throws his claw out at you, which misses, followed up by his mace that definitely does not, which will do 16 points of bludgeoning damage and 18 points of fire damage.
That's insane.
Following
It's on the
that up
dragon.
with his tail attack, which does a 23 hit.
Yes.
That'll be 24 points of
Oh,
bludgeoning
shit.
damage as his tail whips against you.
Do you revert form at some point, or when you?
Yeah, wait, okay. 1 second. Okay, so the first hit, the bite was what? How much? 16?
23 points,
Okay, and then I missed the second, and then
then 16 of bludgeoning, and 18 fire for the second hit.
okay.
And then 24 bludgeoning for the final hit.
Okay. I'm still kicking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
How much health do you have? What the fuck?
All right.
I will need healing though.
Can I heal your dragon form?
You can. It works identically to a polymorph.
Oh, it's just polymorph what he's doing. Or is it?
No,
called
but
straight.
mechanically it works the same.
So
It's called
when he-
this.
Oh,
when he
fucking
drop,
Jesus.
holy fuck. But when you drop, when you drop to 0 hit points, do you go back to your old form?
I just
full hit
revert
points?
back to my old form
With all your
You-
hit points?
with all my hit points.
Okay,
Holy
That, that's
shit.
what I was wondering about. Okay, I'm less concerned about you.
Yeah, shape change is essentially a very powerful self polymorph. And this will be mechanically how it works. All right. And that brings us to the bearded devils. And Gene, how damaged are you looking?
Very.
Okay. Smelling blood in the water, they are going to pounce on the dragon. And this one's slowed, so he has half movement. That will get him there. All right. And they all start attacking with their glaives. Will an 18 hit?
Just.
All right. That takes 7 points of slashing damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
16.
Okay. That'll save. Next one will. That one doesn't hit. And that goes on to the next bearded devil, who crits. So that'll be 15 points of slashing damage.
I'm out.
Damn.
All right. Well, luckily you don't have to make a Constitution saving throw, except that the next one does its glaive attack against you.
Yeah, 1 second.
16 does not hit.
What was the second attack? It did.
Second attack was 15.
Okay.
All right, and seeing you revert down to your normal form,
Bloop.
Oh, no.
they continue their assault. And apparently, you are extremely lucky because 2 of the 3 hits do not hit you. But the last one with a 23 definitely should. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw yourself. Okay. So you just take the 7 points of slashing damage. And you see the bearded devils all looking about, and the pit fiend that is over you just kind of smiles.
Aidedesu Noctolo, Shikararu Sakteko, Bragin Uare, Etuskerkul.
I heard dragon, so he was talking shit.
So, those of you that speak Abyssal, no wonder you were speaking the language of the weaklings. You tried to play off as a dragon, but in reality, you're simply food. That'll end their turn. Aris.
How's he looking?
The pit fiend?
Yeah.
He's definitely wounded. He's not in any critical danger, but he is heading that direction.
So he's about half, I'm guessing.
Little less than.
Okay. What are we thinking, Flame?
I'm so pissed off. Oh shit.
Do it.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to tell Azravan, alright. I'm upping up. Pay control back. How much is this? Sorry, I need to measure really quick. There. 25 to here, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where I measured to. And then I'm gonna point to him, and so I'm gonna point to him, and I'm gonna cast light.
Okay.
Needs to make a DC 15.
He makes the 25.
25.
He takes half damage, right? So that'll be 14 points of damage.
Are you going? Whatever. Yep, whatever. Okay, I'm ending my turn.
Nihilus, what would you like to do?
I am going to. I am gonna guiding bolt this guy at first
Fucking-
level.
He now
Okay.
one's fucking my ass.
Go ahead and make your attack.
Well, that sucks. For my bonus action, I just keep my stamp out there. I think it's important.
Okay. So at this point, the entire citadel shakes again. This time more violently. The shields fall.
Shit.
Gene, what would you like to do?
Come on, move up to the pit fiend.
Oh my god.
That's so dangerous, bro.
I don't know, take a couple swings at it.
Go ahead and make your attacks.
R.I.P.
So as you start making your attacks, the pit fiend puffs out his chest and just starts to laugh at you.
Does he get my motivational
actually-
speech thing?
He does have your motivational speech thing.
Nice.
So the second attack would hit.
Woo, 3.
He would still do exactly what he just did, but
You know what? And seeing that, I was like, I'm gonna use my breath weapon on him.
sure. All right. That is a what save?
It is a Dex 14 and an 8. R.I.P.
Still does fucking damage.
And he does not save.
Nice.
Not
Is there a
expecting you to be so blatantly defiant of him as he towers over you. He's caught off guard as you breathe upon him.
Lightning, bitch.
How tall is a pet fiend, by the way? So I can get a sense of
15s
scale
are
here.
considered large, so he's about 20 feet tall.
Okay, so like
Nice.
3 and a bit jeans, I guess.
Something like that, yeah.
I'll end my
Alright.
turn there.
Rain, what would you like to do?
Yeah, so I would actually like to. I have to find something I feel like. Well, I am going to move.
I just want to mention this is the last tasted turn.
Yeah, I know.
Sure.
I'm just gonna put as many attacks as I can in him. Or I could go for the little ads, but I'm not sure. I don't seem to be doing all that much.
I'm going to go right near one of the closest. What are they called again? The thingies.
Bearded devils.
Devils. And I will manifest a scythe in my hands and swing it right at the closest one.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack. Yeah, not quite hitting, it is just barely missing.
God, okay. I am feeling that miss hard. I'm going to basically do a 360 and do another one.
Okay,
With let's go.
that one will hit, and you do not get sneak attack since there's no one else in combat range with it. But you don't need it, given that this is the one that you were beating up earlier. And that one falls to the ground.
Yeah, let's go. I'm just gonna let out a battle cry.
And it is mighty.
Mhm.
Has the big beam gone off again?
It has not.
Okay.
It is the right turn for it, though.
Big beam.
Big bang.
Big beam.
Thick.
That's
Like-
gonna end my turn.
Okay. So, as this occurs, you notice the sounds around you as demons start to attack within the citadel. Members of the Silver Fang, Eldon, you would be the one that would notice this they seem to be congregating, and all members of the entire Citadel are starting to come to this port. There is now about 100 people or so behind you that are starting to pour out.
Onto where we are?
They are coming this direction, yes.
Okay. Are they like running scared, or are they like, they have a purpose? Does it look like?
They seem to have a purpose and are also quite scared.
Okay, so a bit of both.
They're not just running away from the fight. It seems that they have a reason for coming here, and it looks like something has occurred that is telling everybody to come here.
Okay.
All right. So that brings us to the top of the round. Eldon.
Get you 19 AC, little bitch. Alright, so we're gonna steady our aim once more. No sharpshooter this time. That's an advantage.
All right. So that definitely hits and does get the sneak attack.
Perfect.
Music got really fucking intense.
I was like, what the fuck?
You.
oh shit.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
That third one though.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit. So that brings you to... And they're all at advantage, or just the first one?
Only the first one is an advantage. So
Okay,
the second
well,
one
and the second
misses.
one doesn't matter anyway, so... Alright.
Yeah. Only the first has advantage.
So 26 from the first one, followed by another 12, so 38, and then 5 more. All right. So that'll be 43 points of holy damage.
Big. And then the haste wears off.
The
Goes
Pit
back
Fiend is starting to look very damaged for his relative HP.
down. I don't like that.
You're within 30 of me, right?
Just. You might need
And
it.
it seems that seeing the shield going down has dropped morale across the board. And you notice that again, individuals start falling.
No.
Goddamn left side amateurs, man.
They had a nat 1.
Oh no.
And 2 more on the right as well.
No.
Alright, send them to the left.
Alright.
The left side needs more, I guess.
Okay. And you hear around you portions of the city being destroyed.
The city or the tower?
The citadel.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Less bad.
Ah,
The
screw you.
cannons go off once more, causing a giant puncture, destroying another set of the Bone Devils. At this point, the Pit Fiend, looking about, starts laughing in joy, and then looks down at the Dragonborn that's before him. Just in time for Vorus to come up and whack him with his Warhammer.
Give it, boy. Give it, boy.
Mm.
Oh, hold on, I gotta turn off dice rolling. Oh, it went twice. Hold on.
The fuck?
I hate dice rolling so much. Go away.
Plus 14 to his fucking attack. Lol.
He does
I
one
have
thing
plus
and he
11.
does it well.
Warhammer shit.
You do be a paladin.
Where's the dice rolling? I thought it was just right there. I'll figure it out later. So yeah, well, no, I gotta roll all this damage now. So this will take a little bit. So that'll be 17 points of radiant damage, followed by another 13 points of radiant damage.
Oh, he's he's double handing the Warhammer.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, he starts screaming out at the fiend. Why don't you play with somebody that knows how to play with big boys like you?
It doesn't hurt my ego. I still was able to use my Dragon's Breath on him.
Phrasing.
The pit fiend looks at him, looks back at Jean, and then focuses his attention solely on Boris.
Man, thank God. Do we want, like, fucking... While you're rolling that shit, do we want... Like, I don't... I've got, like, first level and then, like, big spells. But I think we might need them later.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Do we care about these little fuckers?
No, not really.
I care about the Silver Fang
I'm
people,
talking
and
about
they're
these
killing
fucking
them.
things. Like, these little
even-
fuckers is what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. I think
Yeah,
they're gonna
these
start...
guys.
Yeah, I care about those guys.
Because I don't
They're
really
pretty
care
weak.
about them.
They have pretty weak AC and pretty
Right,
low
but they can
HP.
poison, and we should just get them out of the way.
So we
How
could
much
just get them
damage
in the
did
way,
Rain
yeah.
do to the one?
Like around 20-ish, maybe. So you could probably kill it with maybe like one firebolt, I guess. If it rolls
They're
high.
devils.
So you
Yeah,
you would
or-
know that it
I
took
think
Rain
or
3
five.
attacks to take one down.
Yeah, but how much damage was that? That's the real important one.
Like 20 or something, I think, is what
Shrug.
you did.
It's
Alright.
around 20, I think.
Okay, I have fixed that.
Oh, by
It
the
is
way,
15
haste drops
for-
off of Veldon.
I know. I
Okay.
said that at the end of my
Okay, sorry,
turn.
I've been like tunneling on spells and shit.
Yeah, that's why I was tracking it, man.
So he's going to start off by trying to bite against Boris. And that will definitely hit. He rolls a 28.
Ooh.
But let's see how he does with this con save.
Back in
Yeah.
a quick sec.
No issue at all. And that is followed immediately by
Go first.
his
go.
other attacks. Alright, so you notice him fling his claw out and trying to attack him. Is not able to do so, but as Vorus dodges out of the way, the Pit Fiend gets a very lucky and perfect swing on Vorus's head, getting a crit.
How much does it
He crit him?
He did.
Hold on.
I'm
wait.
gonna... Wait, what do you have for...
How much damage would I have known that he took a shit ton of damage with that
no,
crit?
okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Chronal Shift the fucking boyo. I'm not
Okay,
letting that
so he
crit
does another
happen.
attack.
I'm roll again.
Alright, this one is still gonna hit, but
That's
not
fine.
for nearly as much. So he does 14 points of bludgeoning damage, followed by 26 points of fire damage. And then he does his tail attack, which also hits for another 30 points of bludgeoning damage.
Holy fuck.
I'm gonna channel Divinity, my Rebuke the Violence on that last tail attack.
Okay, so that gives him resistance.
No. Rebuke or Violence, if I see an attack within 30 feet, the attacker needs to do a Wisdom saving throw, DC 15. On fail, he takes equal parts radiant damage. If he
Okay.
succeeds, he takes half.
He does 19, so he takes 15 points. Vorus gets, hit all around and is definitely looking a little knocked up. Kind of looks back at Aris.
I just give him a bow, you know.
Ah, you guys got some fun people to hang out with. Alright, let's fuck this guy up. You can definitely tell he is not a stranger to being hit a lot.
That's fine.
Alright, Aris, it is your turn.
All right. So, how's this thing looking?
It is looking very hurt.
Like very hurt or?
Oh my god, just go!
What are you gonna do?
Shit, I don't fucking. I'm going to chromatic orb one of the little guys.
Okay, make your attack.
Damage, I guess.
That'll definitely hit.
22 damage.
Alright, so you throw your chromatic orb at it, and it is looking very hurt.
What one was it?
I believe you said this one, right?
Sure.
Alright, anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Alright. That brings us to Nihilus.
I am gonna heal Varus. Oh, I have to touch. Never mind. Never mind. He's too
Okay.
far away. Let me uncheck that.
Don't you use your stamp for touch spells?
No.
Oh, it's not like a familiar.
No.
Yeah, only
Uh,
Find Familiar can do that.
Fuck me. I didn't take healing word. Okay. Just kidding. Because he's way too far away. I guess I will guiding bolt. Actually, I'm gonna sacred flame the one that the bearded devil that Aris was beating up.
Okay, make your attack.
He makes the saving throw.
Alright, so that'll be a dex save. And he does not succeed. At which point, as the radiant energy covers his entire body, he is burnt and purified, falling to the ground.
And my staff's
Nice.
gonna continue to do its thing. Which I think I only have
About a round left, yeah.
I actually, when he casted haste, I have 2 rounds left.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, well, this would be one, and then one more.
Yeah, one more after. Yeah. Alright, so that brings us to Gene.
Well, this would be turn 7, Athena. So where that is.
I didn't cast it first round.
If you cast it second round, then it'd be now.
I didn't do it till the pit fiend landed on the platform.
Okay.
That would be second round. Or it would be after
round,
the
yeah.
second round, start a third.
So I'll use one of my book charges to cast Word of Radiance. It hits everybody within a 10 feet radius, so it hits all these 3 people.
Okay.
I almost picked that cantrip.
And it is con 15.
So the bearded devils both get hit.
And
the
half
pit
if they
fiend,
succeed. I
he
think.
rolls a 30, so he's fine.
Oh wait, no, it's not half. It's just pass or fail.
Okay, so both of the bearded devils take the damage, but the pit fiend just kind of shrugs it off.
And I can't do a second attack since I used a cantrip, correct?
So you did a cantrip, so you can do a spell, yeah. Oh, wait, you did, yeah, correct. So since you did a spell instead of an attack, you don't get the second attack.
Okay.
But you do have your bonus attack still, or your bonus action.
Okay. I don't really have anything really. I'll end my turn there.
Okay. Rain, what would you like to do?
I'm going to go over to the left devil
Okay.
and do a big sweep with my scythe.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Ha! Apparently the first one does not. So I do another throw. And
The
yes,
second twirl does hit. So that'll be, and with this one you would have sneak attack. So actually with the radiant damage that Jean had on it, you twirl about with your scythe, cutting the head clean off.
nice. And that's my... Yeah, that's my turn.
Alright, at this point, individual after individual starts pouring out of the central station. You see a lot of the wizards going towards the edge. Alright, get ready. We're gonna have to start fighting and falling at the same time.
Fighting and falling?
Oh,
Nice, dude.
Is
At
the
this
city
point,
losing
Boris,
altitude?
it is not.
You're
Boris
dropping
kind of
in.
turns around. Yeah, she's a crazy bitch.
Oh shit!
wait.
And that's what you know. So yeah, there is now a group of people that are starting to cast Featherfall and other like spells on anyone and everyone that they can find around them.
Oh my god!
So I gotta. Okay.
I know what she's about to fucking do, I think. Holy shit.
Yeah, well. How does this work with levitation?
You would, so we're about a minute or so in. Yeah, you would still have it. So you could grab one other person.
Anyone want to stay up?
Upon hearing this, can I use my platinum wings?
Yeah, you could.
Okay, I'll use two of
You'll
my...
need to do it during your turn though.
Yeah, of course.
Hit me with that feather ball.
So Eldon, you are stunned.
On no turn.
Okay, so you feel yourself kind of unhinge. Oh, and the exhaustion comes in as you overstressed your body.
This is for that turn, though, isn't it? The turn after.
Yep. I just missed one turn.
Do
So
you
yeah.
get exhaustion?
Or one turn.
So now, all the fiends that are surrounding, noticing that the walls all around you are far simpler to get into, start to make way into the citadel. Arrows are still shot, and they're still going about. And actually, apparently the left side got its gumption back and took out
Fuck
4.
yeah!
The right side, with the help of a stamp, are able to take out 1.
Yes!
Good job, left side and right side.
Literally the difference between losing a person and gaining a person. So,
Go stamp, go!
yeah, so they start making their way towards the citadel itself, leaving the far more difficult region alone. The pit fiend kind of looks about. Those that remain are starting to get their featherfalls and things of that nature put on them as well. You see a small group of elves coming together and turning into clouds and start making their way towards Murda. You see another group of Aasimar opening their wings, grabbing goblins and other smaller individuals, and making their way out. Voris turns to the pit fiend. So she's got a prize for you. So what do you want to be the quick way out of here? My mace? Or do you want to be collapsed with the rest of the city? And at this point, he is going to cast... Yeah, he is going to cast Command. That is a wisdom save. The fiend does not make it. And the command he says is run.
Ooh.
Pit Fiend starts preparing to fly away. At this point, Nihilus and Rain, go ahead and make one more perception check.
Thank God.
Nihilus, you
Nice.
notice just off the corner of your eye a familiar, small-statured individual holding a person over their shoulder, wearing a red dress. As they jump off the wall, down to the ground below. Aris, what would you like to do?
Man doesn't break on damage, does it?
It does.
Command's only good for a round.
Correct.
Fuck,
And
man.
the fun part for him is that because of Vorus's aura, he can't run when he's frightened.
Wow, that's toxic, dude. That is fucking mean. Let me
What
see
does that
something
mean?
really quick.
The Fiend was basically stunned for a turn,
He's just stunned.
He's like, yeah, bitch, run,
Awesome.
but you can't run, you know?
which means all attacks against him are at advantage
Oh,
and
shit.
are automatically critical hits.
Let's go, let's
Wait,
go.
whoa, so he's stunned, does that mean he can't make a wisdom save?
Correct?
Blight him.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
cast
can't make a
Blight.
wisdom save?
He is completely vulnerable.
I'm
Let
gonna
me
cast
fucking
Blight.
at him.
Same.
Or
Feel
Constitution.
bloodthirsty.
I don't know if you can
And
make
that'll
Con save.
be 58 points of
There we
necrotic
go.
damage.
Ooh.
God. 58, yeah, 58, okay.
Nihilus, what would you like to do?
He can't make a save?
He cannot.
Go fucking home, bitch. Banish.
Wait!
Whoa.
Oh, fuck!
I
I wish
just-
you said that! Oh my god, I fucking wasted a 4!
We can't kill him here.
It doesn't matter! Oh my god.
Flame just wasted a
I
fourth
can't
level
believe
spell.
you made me waste a 4.
I told you to let me at him. I literally
I didn't
said,
know
"Let
what you were
me
gonna
at him."
do! Oh my god.
Isn't that a bad thing?
And at this point, Boris kind of sees him disappear. Oi! Oi! Where'd my prey go?
Let him stew in his own hell.
Oh my god.
No, fair enough. Alright, we need to get off this rock.
I have to concentrate on it till the spell ends to permanently do it.
Okay? At this point, Boris kind of walks up to you and throws you over his shoulder. You just think, I'll take care of this. Don't worry, I'm kind of used to this.
What did you think I was gonna fucking do, Flame?
I don't know, I forgot you had fucking banish. I'm so fucking why didn't you stop me? I'm fucking
just
it's sad
said it!
days. It's sad days. It's sad days.
At
Oh
this
my
point,
God.
you all notice the central tower of the Citadel starts to glow.
Ooh.
A vibrant red, followed by a white, and immediately after it becomes difficult to look at it, the tower explodes.
Wait.
A chain reaction begins going down the tower towards the regions below it, then the tower below that, and then the city below that, and you can feel the entire city preparing to explode.
What does Featherfall do again?
What?
Let's see fall slow.
Okay.
Are we still in
So, Gene, you would be able to put on your wings at this point.
So, are we technically still in combat type of deal?
We are still using initiative order, You are less fighting and more getting off of the rock.
Okay. Well,
Sorry. Should I do bonus action really quick to switch back?
Yeah, you would be able to do that, no issue.
Whenever we.
would I know who has received Featherfall yet? Would like Rain, Aris?
So
type of
you
deal?
see that pretty much the entirety of the Silver Fang. There's a few very jank situations going on to get people off of here. You see one Goliath that's had fly casted on him, and he's essentially acting as a magic carpet while people sit on his back. You see another group that has a set of goblins that are all holding on to a sheet, and they are going to jump and try and parachute down together.
Oh my god.
Well, I can only reach Rain, so I'm gonna look at Rain as like, I hope you're not afraid of heights. And then I'm gonna cast Platinum Wings on myself, and I tell it to take my hand.
All right,
Hi.
Rain, do you willingly go?
Yeah. And
Okay.
I close my eyes.
So you are currently flying away.
Oh,
Does
can
Eldon
I-
have Featherfall on him?
He does not.
Help.
If you get to me, we should be
Can I
okay.
change? Can I change my
Help.
form?
You can.
I'm gonna change my form to Swift. And I am also going to put the seed of levitation into the bag of holding.
Oh, the fucking shared bag, yeah.
The mini-handed pouch. Okay.
Many-handed, yes.
Okay, so I can use that.
You can also get to me, and then I'll have
How far
bonus
away do you
movement.
All right. At this point,
do
Vorus
that.
or Eldon, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Run towards flame, I guess.
Okay. Are you going to try and go down normally, or are you going to jump
How much is the fall? 50 feet, right?
50 feet?
And it's 1d6 per.
Make an acrobatics check.
I think it's 1d6 per 10 feet, right?
Mm-hmm. So that would be 5d6, unless you dampen it with your acrobatics.
I have 10 HP.
All right, and very
Nice.
easily are able to make your way down. You take 7 points of damage because you are lucky as fuck with these rolls.
It rolled average, to be fair, you know. It
Yeah.
just has a plus
No, he
11.
only had 2d6.
Oh.
He had a 1 and a 6.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I do be very acrobatic.
You do. You do a nice
Would
little.
I use any of my movement to just drop?
That essentially uses, we'll say 10 feet to fall down to here.
Okay.
But you
So I
are
can make
no
it,
longer
like,
having to worry
Oh.
about going down anything.
so if it uses 10 feet, I can literally stand on flame still
All right.
if I dash. So yeah, boop, there we go.
All right. It is Vorus's turn. All right, you're gonna want to hang on.
Yeah, I don't fight it.
He just jumps. You never see him cast a spell. He just jumps.
This bitch has wings, dude.
Not paying attention to that. Focusing on keeping the pit fiend banished. Not paying attention.
All right. Aris, it is your turn.
So I'm gonna have Azravon cast Expeditious Retreat. And then just so like it's there. So,
Okay.
Wait, how's
What
that
does that
work
do?
again? Does it even matter? Hang on, I need to understand this again. So Expeditious Retreat does Kessus's bonus action. You can take the dash action as my bonus, I think, right? Is my understanding?
Yes.
Yeah.
It essentially
okay.
gives you the rogue capability.
Yeah, and okay, so yes, okay, so as a bonus action, I can dash. So I can dash, I can movement, dash action, bonus action, dash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I'll have him cast that. I'll switch back to my control, and then I'm just gonna tell Eldon, all right, hang on, and then I'm gonna get ready for whatever the fuck is about to happen.
Okay. Jean, you are able to continue flying about. Aris, I will say that in the next turn you are able to jump off as well and start levitating down. Nihilus, he still has not casted a spell, and that floor is coming really fast.
I have to focus on keeping the pit feed banished.
At which point you suddenly hear an explosion.
You should release him just as the platform explodes. So it comes back with the explosion.
He wouldn't die here.
And the entire citadel starts to collapse and crumble in a giant fireball. You see the shield surround shimmer and change as it goes. It's glorious, but also horrifying to behold. But you also notice that thousands and thousands of the demonic creatures surrounding it are wiped out as the fireball encases them. Everyone here takes 14 points of fire damage, as well as 9 points of bludgeoning damage, as the explosion is extremely close.
Oh wait, sorry. How
I
much
fail my
fire
con
did you
check.
say?
Okay,
Like, con?
so
Oh.
at this point,
Am I within
the
30 feet of
15
her?
No, at this point you would not be.
So sorry. How
Um,
much fire damage did you say?
14.
Have to
8.
7.
So Nihilus, you unleash your banishment, but go ahead and make a perception check. Okay. So the banish releases just in time for you to look up and see him come back on the edge of the platform and be shattered and torn to pieces as the entire citadel goes up in flames with him.
That makes me happy. Bye, bitch.
There is still no spell being cast, and that floor is 15, 10, 5.
Var. Yeah, I'm squishy. Please.
And Voris just full on smashes down onto the ground.
Ooh.
And he takes
Such a Chad. Oh, look at Sid.
68 points of falling damage. Stands up. Alright. We should make our way back to the city. Where's the rest of the group?
I'd be down already, right? Or
No, he definitely took the expedited route.
okay. Okay.
Uh,
I wouldn't be too far behind.
put me down.
Oh, yeah. Here you go. Alright. There they are.
They
Hey,
took
wing
the
guy.
safer, non-suicidal route.
You're not dead. I thought the mistress said that you were cool.
Not cool. Not cool, bro.
Motherfucker basically just jumped off a cliff with
Literally a few hundred feet up.
Welcome to 5e falling damage.
Mm-hmm. He is also resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and all that.
I'm not. You could have dropped me.
You'll be fine. So yeah, at this point, you all are eventually able to meet up. And you find yourselves at the end of a pathway.
Which
While
end?
the... at the top, sorry.
Okay.
The north side.
So did the city self-destruct or did it like collapse in on itself?
It seemed to have been a self-destruct.
Okay.
Make an insight check.
I need to with my passive.
For this one, this will be how much information you get.
Wow, that was a bad roll.
Okay, I'll text it to you in a moment.
Thanks.
So you all see Murda a few hundred feet ahead of you, and you see that the fiends that are about have been taking care of the individuals around you. So it's time to dash for the city. And we'll do that right after we take a 5-minute break.
Holy fuck! I'm so happy the pit fiend died.
Would you say, by the way, that
You
the
two
city's...
explain that to me.
Tails, I need to know, how much fucking health did that fucking thing have when I blighted it?
He had a total of 47 health left
He came back and died.
After I
It's fine.
blighted it?
after you blinded.
Would the city exploding would that have killed him?
It definitely killed him.
It did. He came back.
Would it have killed him?
Oh no, it did.
He came
No,
back.
no,
I
I'm
lost
saying,
my.
I know. If I am just trying to justify a wasted 4th level, is what I'm saying.
Okay? My banishment failed. He came back, and
Yeah.
it worked. You helped.
But
If
there's
you
a good
didn't
chance
cast
I
the
didn't do
banishment
it.
spell with
If you had not cast the banishment spell, you guys would have had to fight with him on your way down. He can fly.
I've got the question of, would you say that the city is about 500 feet in front of us?
Around there.
Yeah, so, you know, maybe
Okay.
dimension door range, fuck this, whatever, I'll be right back.
Alright, I need explanations on. So, right,
Here,
pet
let me go to
fiends-
the restroom really quick, and
Yeah,
absolutely.
okay. Perfect. Go for it. I need to unpack some stuff.
Yep. That was a fight.
Oh my god, Jean! If you didn't have your dragon form, we would have been so fucked.
Yep. I wonder if that was also the reason why the monsters got heightened. You know?
I was kind of hoping that I would have been able to crit the fucking pit fiend as dragon form because Tails said that I could keep all my class abilities as a
Oh, you
dragon.
can slice it.
I could have
Ooh,
smited it if I crit as a dragon,
that would be good.
and I would have done an 8d8 smite to him since he's a fiend.
Holy fuck!
But sadly, he just had to send his fucking bearded devils on me. I had 10 HP whenever the devils
What?
started attacking me.
Oh no.
If it
Well,
could have made it
For
my
sure.
turn, I was gonna heal you. I was gonna run to you.
Does your dragon share your hit points?
Nope, I
is
get
it
a
more?
whole nother set pool.
Okay.
nice.
So how much HP does your dragon have?
142.
Holy sh!
So in theoretical, once I do dragon form, I have a total of 248 HP.
Yeah, it's like polymorph.
How often can you use that?
Once a day because I have 9 charges. It takes
That's
5.
nuts, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it really is.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm
Very
back.
good tanking.
Welcome back.
Okay. So, Athena said that pet fiends couldn't die here. Does that mean they
Correct.
can't die not on their plane?
We have to kill them on their
Everything.
plane.
Everything
Okay. So
fiendish.
that's how it works.
All these fucking
Oh, he's not
groups.
dead.
No,
Right.
Everything that you
but
guys
it'll
just
take him longer to
killed
come back.
could come back.
Okay.
Imagine how jarring that is. You just get hit by a
Fucking
fucking
sucks.
blight, you get banished just for yourself to come back
Well,
and
they
get
have to
fucking
like
blown up.
they have to like bring him back, right?
In a sense, the more powerful a creature is, the more that they can self-repair.
Okay.
Something like an imp or something like that, yes. Usually those kind of souls don't get brought back. Instead, they become essentially nourishment for other entities. All right, is everybody ready to continue?
Mm-hmm.
We're still in initiative or not anymore?
For the moment, we're going to keep the initiative.
It disappeared.
Yeah.
Would you like us to reroll?
Let me close it and reopen it.
Nope.
What about now?
Nope.
Oh.
I can see it.
You
Let
can't.
me try this.
Nothing.
Oh, it's because we're on a different map.
Yeah.
So I'll just call out who's next.
Okay, that works.
Because this particular aspect won't take as long. All right, so you guys have to decide how you plan to go about going through this. You also find yourself meeting up with a few members of the Silver Fang. You are going to start at the top of the round. Eldon, what would you like to do to try and make your way back to the city?
Can I delay my turn until after arrows?
You good?
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. The members of the Silver Fang are kind of just taking their cue from you, since you are the highest ranking member here, other than Boris, and Boris seems to have no interest in taking charge of them.
Okay.
We want to just fucking gun her.
Yeah.
Well, before that, it is Boris' turn, and he's going to go to the nearest fiend, and he's gonna whack it.
Oh, that was the wrong chat.
Yeah, actually, he is going to. Okay, yeah. He's going to call out to everyone that he is going to use an interesting spell, and that everyone should stay nearby.
Ah, come on! I could have cleared this whole map in 2 turns.
Take me 3.
He first goes to one of the members of the Silver Fang, and they, having a levitate spell on them, are extremely light. He's going to cast Catapult.
No.
Let's go.
All right. So yeah, he casts them up in the air so that they can start making their way down. All right. And when you see them, point the direction out for me.
See who?
The fiends?
Well, the things we gotta kill.
He's gonna throw people at these?
No. He's my eyes. All right. So that'll be his turn. All right. So what would you like to do?
Worst.
Do we want to just mow this shit down?
We can.
Alright, I look over to Eldon and I was like, alright, let's go again. I cast haste.
Okay, dude.
Yeah. And what I'm gonna do... Do we just want to gun it? Or do we want to get near him?
I don't think we can, because we have slow people.
Right,
We have
yeah.
to move at their pace.
So, how... Okay, I'm gonna get 10 feet from him.
Okay.
I think that's my... I can move there, right? Okay.
Yeah. All right. Nihilus, what would you like to do?
Eldon delayed his turn.
Yeah.
Hey, Rain, put yourself.
Oh yes, Eldon.
Okay, so we've decided to just clear the path, right? In that case.
That seems to be how Vorus is gonna go about it. Is just shattering everything on the way.
I'm okay with it.
You do not have to follow him. It is entirely up to you guys.
I
Okay.
just want to do...
How are the line of sight through these trees?
They are somewhat difficult to see through. So anything that you try to attack would be half cover.
I can technically
So
carry 2
something like
people,
this
right?
would be
That
like,
would be no cover. But if you
Yeah,
were trying to
right,
hit
like
like
this
the
guy.
end there, that would be half cover.
Okay.
Doesn't your sharpshooter ignore like a bunch of cover?
Yeah, but then I also take a penalty to hit.
Hmm.
the bright side, there
So I'll
is
just-
some succubus.
I'll move here. I'll blop this guy.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
What is it? Do I know what this? What is this creature?
That is an incubus.
Okay.
You've seen
Wait,
enough
did I-
succubi to kind of notice that this is a male version of a succubi.
Is this a new combat technically?
In a sense, yeah.
Okay.
So yes,
Does
you
that
can
mean I
use
get
your dread
assassinated?
ambusher.
Yes. Okay, in that case then. So we're gonna hit this guy here.
That'll definitely hit. And without issue, he is looking very hurt.
Okay. Then we're gonna. Okay, so what's the line of sight on this guy then? Would that be full available?
If you're sharpshootering, it would be full. For you, it would be quarter cover.
1/4. Okay, fuck it, we'll just sharpshooter. I'm gonna use my bonus action. No, actually, we'll just sharpshooter for this one.
Okay.
Wait, what is quarter cover?
+2.
+2?
To
Okay,
his
that's
AC.
probably- yeah, that's probably better than taking -5. So we
Up
won't
to
use
you.
sharpshooter. We'll turn on assassinate again.
That'll hit. And that one, the imp just gets deleted from existence with that.
And what is half cover?
Half covers +5.
+5. So these two would be half cover, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'll shoot this imp over to the left of the map.
All right. Go
West.
ahead and make your attack.
Turn on sharpshooter. Turn on assassinate.
That'll hit. And that one is also deleted from existence.
Okay.
They only got
And
10 HP, so they're not that hard to take out on
Clear
those.
the fucking way, Eldon.
Mm.
Why I put haste?
How much movement did I use? I'm gonna move over. I'm gonna move slightly back and over here. That's my movement and everything.
All right, and with your turn, the other members of the Silver Fang will join you. And seeing the incubus that's over there, they will start their attacks. Let's see how they do. 2 of them hit, which is enough to take it out. All right, that brings us to Nihilus.
All right, in an attempt to protect the group, I'm gonna move up to here and cast Spirit Guardians.
Very nice.
Okay.
So that's 15 feet diameter around me.
Perfect.
.15 feet radius, sorry.
All right. So, anything else you'd like to do?
Actually, I'm gonna move up just like one more. Because I want to try and cover their movement when they move on their turn.
Okay, perfect. All right, Gene, what would you like to do?
How are these trees pretty sparsely? So if I were to fly above the tree line, I can easily see them.
It wouldn't be too hard to see them as long as they weren't directly under a tree.
Since none of
And
them
there
are.
is currently a member of the Silver Fang that is up there.
Okay.
Yeah, the one that got catapulted.
Could I potentially piggyback Rain on my back and fly?
Theoretically, yeah.
Rain, would you like to do that?
Let's go.
Since I would say that I haven't landed yet, so
Okay.
So,
So
Rain-
you have rain on your back.
uh
Wherever you move your token will be where rain is.
okay. And then I'm gonna place my platinum defense on Rain, so any damage she takes I would take instead.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move 80 feet because that's what my fly speed is.
That's so fast, bro.
Woo!
All right, so
Fine.
Rain,
Jesus.
from where you are, you can see the 2 incubuses very easily, as well as this imp.
And then I'm gonna use. Would I putting Rain on my back? Would that count as my action? I take it.
Well, you had
She's already on.
so she was already on.
Oh, okay. So then I will, since are they 60 feet? I'll Sacred Flame the one of them.
Okay, that'll be a Wisdom save.
Dex.
Dex, there we go. Oh, I forgot if I do it on there, it rolls. I hate that.
Rolling. Ugh.
I'm gonna flavor it that the Sacred Flame comes out of my mouth like a little teeny lightning bolt.
All right. So yeah, the little teeny lightning bolt comes out of your mouth, floating, and then when it finally hits the incubus, they do not save, and it just goes almost like flash paper. They are not dead, but you singe their wings really well.
I'll end my turn there.
All right, Rain.
Oh, I forgot I have something. I wanna try.
Remember, you're basically.
We're still getting
where
back
me-
to a city that's under siege, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, okay, fine. I'll just do I'll just pick the other succubus that's not being targeted and shoot a bow and
Shoot away.
shoot an arrow at it.
Remember, Rain, you're right on me.
All right. Make a stealth check. That's sleight of hand.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Probably the same modifier.
Probably.
Better.
Well, that'll work.
Yeah.
So
Does-
I will say that will count as a surprise, because you are hidden by the tree, and while there is sound coming from the Dragonborn, it's not. It's a war zone.
They just
Yeah, so
me.
you just see this incubus like take the arrow and then start dissipating into ashes.
Bye.
Rain, move your character next to me.
Oh yeah.
All right. So you still have one more attack.
And I target on the other one.
Okay. This one would not be a sneak attack because it is very aware of both of you.
Does that hit?
That
Maybe.
does not hit.
Damn, okay, never mind. Level 9 win, please. Soon.
All right. So that brings us to the top of the round. Eldon. Before you do that, the member of the Silver Fang that is in the air is going to start casting a firebolt at the succubi over here.
Okay.
Just indicating that it's there. It's doing what Boris told it to.
Did it do any damage?
Not very much.
They're resistant to fire, right?
Correct.
Mhm.
Probably. So this be half cover, right? I'm just trying to judge like how much of a tree counts. Alright, so
Yeah,
we'll use
basically,
sharp-
if your line is fully in the tree, like it has to go through the tree, it's going to be half cover. If it barely skirts the tree, it'll be a quarter cover. If it doesn't go through a tree at all, it's no cover.
Okay. Has this one acted yet?
Not at the moment. It is currently looking at Vorus as he is literally walking up to an imp and looking at it in a very interesting way.
Okay.
Kind of like a kid at a toy store.
So it's not taking an action, is what I'm gathering from that.
No, it will be doing that on the next.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to bonus action steady aim, giving my next attack advantage.
That'll hit.
There
Nice.
we go.
Yeah, and as you do that, the incubus kind of like watching Vorus looking at this imp. It's kind of horrified, and then suddenly the arrow pierces through him, and he dissipates.
Very good.
And when that
And then
happens, you hear Vorus speak up, "Oi! I wanted to do some games with him.
Ooh.
I'll shout back. I'm sure you can find another one to play with.
That's the biggest one around here, though.
And I'll loose another arrow at this guy down here.
Okay.
No sharpshooter this time. Well, is this guy taking? Have any of these taken actions yet? Let me
Yes.
just blanket that. So, is this boy taking an action?
No, the creatures down here have not taken an action.
Okay, in that case, see you later, nerd.
Oh my
And that
God.
one is also gone.
Nice.
Okay, who else can I
Assassinate is
see?
insane. From where you are, that one would be hard to see, and the other one would be
Not
very
with sharpshooter, it wouldn't.
yeah, if you want to try sharpshooter, you can.
Sharpshooter, assassinate.
And against all odds, you kind of just hear the flapping of the wings, and you're like, pew! And you can tell that your target hit because there's suddenly a burst of energy over there, and you hear it as it crumbles down.
Very nice. That's my turn.
All right. The members of the Silver Fang are kind of looking at you like, holy shit. And the one that is floating is continuing his float down. But they all join you. Noticing the Spirit Guardians are doing their best to stay in that as well. But noticing that there is also no quarry around them, just kind of okay.
Vibing.
Vorus, on the other hand, sees the imp that is in front of him, and no longer being able to throw at anything, he just grabs the imp and smashes it with his fingers.
Fingers?
Yeah, he just literally grabs
crushes
it and goes.
Wow.
It
You ever
kind of
seen someone
crumples
snap
up,
a chicken neck?
so
That's
he
how I
gets a
imagine it.
little
Yep.
upset and finishes it off. Yep.
Chicken neck.
Kind of turning over to Aris. Your ranger friend over there doesn't know how to have a good time. Well,
Oh, I'm
we
having
should
a
probably
grand
catch up
time.
with them.
He says
And he gets over there.
he's like, oh, let's catch up with him. He says.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do my movement
Go on.
and then bonus action move with Expeditious. I give a fuck. I'll move. What is it?
I'll catch up.
30. I'll do dash action. Here. That's my turn.
Okay. And I forgot to do this earlier. Given all the commotion that is occurring, let's see if the other individuals notice that you guys are there, and with the 19, they definitely will. They all start flying towards the road.
Ball up in a nice ball for me. That'd be great. You know.
It annoys me to no end that I can't center this goddamn map.
Yeah. Me
I
too.
want to zoom out, but then I have this massive blank spot on the right.
Yo. That's where my turn order is at.
Yep.
The blank turn order.
I just moved my turn order into the blank space now.
Yeah. that's
I was
what
gonna
did.
ask actually. So looking forward down the road, right? Do we see the city wall?
You do.
Is
There is a force barrier,
Okay, there's
At
a
the
force barrier,
entryway.
Perfect.
but you do see individuals going in and out of it
Okay.
and are fighting against creatures as they do so.
All right.
All right. That brings us to Nihilus.
As I run past Varus, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, did that fall slow you down? You gotta keep up, old man." And I'm gonna dash and catch up to Aris.
Okay. You think you can be faster than me? We'll see.
I think I can.
I dash, so that's my turn.
Okay, so that brings us to Gene.
I will move 80 spots. Boop. Right there.
The dragon helicopter.
Basically,
What does that sound
Mhm.
like?
I don't know, a bunch of wings flapping. Yes, my wings activate in a circular motion, guys.
Hell yeah. That's what I like to hear.
X. Yeah, I'm gonna stand right there, and then I am gonna Sacred Flame this boy right here.
Okay, go ahead and it's the succubus or the imp.
I
I didn't see a ping. Okay, it's the incubus. Got it. That does not save. So, as the little lightning bolt comes out, pew, and you see one of its wings getting singed, and it's falling back down to the ground, unable to fly anymore.
Okay, I'll end my
When
turn
did he
there.
hit?
This guy.
All right, Rain, it is your turn.
Come with me,
Just
Ray.
scan these guys to see if there's anything else around us.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Wow, I see trees. Lots of trees.
So there's lots of abyssal creatures around. Not nearly as many as the morning started with, but it's definitely getting there. You also notice that Gene has a little bit of debris stuck in the back of his scales on the top of his head.
I, as I manifest a javelin, I kind of just sweep it with my arm. Does that work?
Yeah, you just brush it out just like you would like something stuck in somebody's hair.
Yeah. And then throw a javelin, spear at it, at the closest one.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll. That'll definitely hit.
Yeah.
They are not surprised anymore, so there would not be the sneak attack. Which one are you hitting?
The one on the left.
Okay, and go ahead and make your extra damage.
Wait, extra damage.
Oh, you're in swift form
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Never mind.
Huh? No,
You're-
I changed. Can it change?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I could say that you changed back to your natural form. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
So go ahead and do your extra damage. All right. So with that and what Gene did, it is looking very hurt.
And I will throw another. I'll manifest and throw another spear at it. As a bonus action.
All right. Go ahead and make a deck.
Yeah.
And with that, you see the incubus crumble into dust as the psychic blade pierces through it.
Wow. That's better.
All right, and that brings us back to the top of the round. Eldon, mow away.
Okay, where am I?
All the way back there.
Okay, so I have doubled movement.
Yep.
So I can get to like here. Wait, what is that again? 3 spots below arrows.
You're outside my spirit guardians, just FYI.
Yeah, I know. But you're gonna move forward probably after I'm done here. So, what are any of these other two damaged in front of Heals and Rain?
They are not.
I mean, there's one in
Okay.
front of you also.
Yeah, there's this guy, but he's irrelevant, dude.
Relevant.
Okay. So we're gonna bonus action, steady aim. These guys have taken actions, correct?
They have.
Because they move, right? Okay.
Every creature has now taken an action.
Boo. So we're going to sharpshooter in that case at the imp that's 10 feet ahead of me. Does 14 hit?
That will hit. And the imp
Okay.
just goes pew. You just see it fly back with the arrow and never manifest back.
Egon. So it was actually at this boy right here, by the way.
Oh, well,
But regardless, we'll do another one. No sharpshooter this time, so just whoop, whoop.
and that will do pretty much the same thing to that one there. And Jean and Rain, you see the imp on an arrow kind of just fly below you, and as it hits the ground, it dissipates. And the arrow itself also disappears.
Well,
And then we're gonna sharpshooter again, just for the bonus damage. Hopefully it hits. On the incubus that's here.
That will definitely hit. And with that, it is looking oh wait, do you get the oh no, that's sneak attack. So yeah, you would just have the 24. So
12.
yeah,
It'll be 12 plus 10.
12 plus 10 plus 2. So yeah, you would just have Incubus is looking extremely hurt, but he's not quite gone.
Alright.
So it's this one you just shot?
Correct.
Yeah. It should be like a very, very low
Yeah,
hit
that's
points.
fine.
All right. At this point, the Silver Fang member that is floating back down has made his way down. Did I do a good job, sir? Oh, yeah. Thanks for pointing it out, although might have done it a little too early because that guy stole my kill.
I do be a kill stealer.
And they kind of just catch up with the group. And Vorus, on the other hand, he's going to do... trying to decide which way he would go with this. You've challenged him, and he's not a person to take that lightly. Yeah, you know what? I think that's what he's going to do. He is going to use his Invincible Conqueror feat. He is going to use his Divine Sense, and you notice that everything around him turns into a bright red aura. You also notice that there is now a floating moon that is going through the phases behind him. Of course, red.
Of course.
All right, little girl, watch this. And at this point, he goes forward, taking one step, a second step, and then he goes into a full charge, and then jumps in the air.
whoa.
Catapulting himself.
Oh shit!
Damn.
You can probably guess what his signature spell is.
He's gonna fucking delete
And
this
he's
guy.
going to catapult himself at the incubus.
Amazing.
So let's see what kind of damage that's going to do. Just a nice 4 damage. So it is looking extremely damaged. Barely hanging on to life. And he just kind of looks at it. Hey, pats it on the head.
Wow.
Good catch. Good catch. All right. So, gonna catch up now? Oh, and actually, oh no, that's it. Yeah. So he's good. That'll end his turn. The incubus that is in front of him is going to attempt to attack. We'll see how that goes. They use their claw. And with a 21, do not hit. And
As
that brings the
expected.
rest of them coming forward. All right, and that completes their turn. Aris, it's all you.
What are you going to end it
I
with?
think we're still gonna have stuff after this.
I have a 3rd level. That's all I've got left.
I would hold on to it.
I'm gonna cast Fireball.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
I think it's gonna do dick all to it.
I am pretty sure.
You
they're
you
just
fought
resistant.
these before to know that they're resistant to fire, but they are not immune. And with that, and his 1 HP remaining, he just goes, pew.
Bye.
And what I'll do is, what do I have? I'll just get
You still have
melee
your-
with it, cause fuck it.
All right.
That's wise.
The squishy wizard right in melee range.
I'll be fine.
All right, Nihilus, it is your turn.
It's a lot of fancy spell work just to get to the same spot, eh? And I dash, so that's all I can do.
Okay.
Does your fucking spirit guardians do anything to the fucking succubus?
Not until they start their turn.
Okay.
Actually, it's first time entered area, but I think that means like they chose to enter the area.
Correct.
Yeah, I believe all damage happens on their turn.
Yeah.
All right, so Gene.
Let's see. I'm gonna use a little bit of extra
Yeah.
movement just to skirt past this one so I don't take an opportunity attack
Okay.
and place myself there. And then I'm gonna use one more charge from my book to cast Word of Radiance.
Okay. That is a dex save or
Const-
Constitution save. Oh. Let's see. We got an 8. We got a 2. We
I
got.
was gonna say it's good or bad.
So with that, the 2 imps that are behind you are incinerated. Just speaking your holy word.
In the name of Bahamut!
And the succubi that's in front of you gets seared across the face. They're still fine, but they're not looking happy.
And question, since I'm technically in melee range, does Rain get her sneak attack?
You do.
No. It's...
So, Rain, what would you like to do?
Aerial combat. Whoop.
Mm-mm. How far is the distance between Jean and the succubus?
5 feet.
Just 5 feet. Ah.
He's floating right above it.
That's the case, then I will kind of do this weird ass hand motion to manifest the scythe again and
Okay.
swoosh it from where I am.
All right. Make
Yeah,
your
this-
attack.
Harvest him.
And you do have sneak attack.
Then...
That does not hit.
God damn it.
It's a little weird trying to aim for something directly below you.
Yes,
That does hit.
let's go. What?
And
Okay, I'm
with
gonna
that-
throw away that scythe.
That is exactly enough to swing your scythe down. And beforehand, when you try to, sliced off the bearded devil's head, you were trying to replicate that here. It's a little off though, and you accidentally put the pointy end of the scythe directly into the side of its head,
Oop.
causing it to dissipate, essentially with a lobotomy.
Totally on purpose.
Hey, flying buddies.
Oh man.
All right, that
Nice.
brings us to the top of the round. Eldon.
I only see
Got
the
an
one
ink for
remaining.
this.
Yes.
That's still full HP, correct?
It won't be for
Yes.
long.
Okay. I'll just move directly behind Nihilus with my that. And we're gonna steady aim.
I duck.
Aim myself. You don't have to. I'm a master marksman. Applying sharpshooter, steady aim,
And then that
advantage.
one. All right. So Nihilus, as you duck down, you can feel the arrow going over you, almost as if Eldon's mocking you, as you have mocked him so many times before. And it goes under and between Aris's arm and body, completely missing him and
That's fine.
puncturing into the neck of the incubus, causing it to dissipate as well.
Nice.
Are we out of combat?
Let's just fucking
You
run.
are indeed out of combat.
I would like to
Uh,
cast a thaumaturgy and have like
There's other
fucking-
shit in the area, bro.
There is.
I thought we were out of combat.
We're
You are out
combat.
of
That doesn't
combat,
mean...
but there is still floating enemies around
Oh.
you, and they are
Never
not
mind.
too far away.
Never mind. I'm not doing anything. I'm not.
Yeah, cast it, bro. Bring them to
No.
bring them to me. I require experience.
I was gonna meme, but
Level 9, please.
And at this point, Vorus is actually, if you want to go on a trip real fast, you got anything to make yourself lighter?
No, I'm good. I think we should just keep on going, you know.
You're no fun.
Let's
Well-
take off, Rain.
Let's get back. The missus is waiting for us.
Awkward.
Make an insight check.
Oh wait, hold on. Whenever you try to seduce,
yep.
My passive is so much better than that.
Yeah, it's always the case.
I will say
At one.
with that, and Vorus' very upfront personality, you can tell that it is not natural for him to say that.
Okay. Like he's joking with me.
In a sense.
Okay.
You don't get much else other than that, but you can definitely tell
Yeah,
that he
right.
is enjoying your uncomfort.
Okay.
But not in a malicious way, he's just Vorus.
Okay.
Your passive insight would give the more intent aspect. Like he is definitely joking with you to joke with you, not.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get back to the city.
So
go.
as you all get to the city, you notice that there is beautiful rune work surrounding the outskirts. A few of you have seen this before, but most of you haven't had a chance to get out to it. And Rain, as you walk through it,
oh, you get
who
off.
are you connected to?
Walk
I
through.
think just
I'm connected. I know that.
I was about to say I'm connected as well. I think it's just me and
Uh-huh.
Aris.
And
You have
Nihilus.
three
Wait,
individuals.
How
Oh, me.
was Nihilus?
Yeah, it was me.
Okay.
So, you all are entering into the city. Nihilus, Aris, and Jean, you all see this. As Rain suddenly is stopped in the barrier. A bunch of the power starts to focus around her. And you all share a vision. Completely new location. Sitting at a table. Rolling a pair of dice, holding a hand of cards. Nothing like a good game to enjoy the afternoon. It's a very strange voice. It's Rain's, but older.
What?
More just you could tell it's different, more mature. Well, what does make a goddess of magic decide to play cards? At which point you look up and you see Kyrie in ceremonial garb in a completely unknown location. Lower her hood. Well, I have a proposition for you. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
You're not fucking
Nope.
from this plane. You're not from this realm.
TM memory
guess-
wiped backstory.
Question.
Wow.
Oh, that's what I
Wow.
get for leaving it to the DM.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, thank you guys for watching, whoever's here, you know. Have a gooder.
That's so wow indeed.